Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Ah,
If you're wearing
joke's on-
pants right now, you're wrong. Thank you for coming back to Spelljammer 998. Last week on Spelljammer, you guys did a variety of things that I've got to scroll and look at real fast. All right, you guys did a little bit of prepping, kind of crafting, purchasing things that you guys needed to prepare yourselves to transport a VIP about 2 days away to the very edge of Breelish territory. Let's see here. You guys arrived at the platform for the lightning rail, these kind of magical lightning punk trains that crisscross all over the continent of Corvair. You guys were greeted by Sly and Cade when you guys got there, and I actually want to read this paragraph verbatim because I was very impressed with y'all's level of professionalism and planning that went into this. As the train leaves the station, the VIP Aaron de Disowned, formerly of House Cannith, strolls into the private box and into the internal bedroom where Echo changes into his illusioned form before it drops. Echo heads back out of the car, plops down to read a book about King Bornell is his name, Bornell. And most of the rest of the night passes uneventful as Aaron does eventually come out to the main car, before eventually you guys are assaulted by the bounty hunter you were warned was coming, Vimak Star Reaper, and like the professionals you guys are turning out to be, stonewalled him upon entry. MVP of Last Combat to Demos, who in the span of like a turn and a half or 2 turns counterspelled a critical spell, threw up a shield to keep himself alive, and turned a nat 20 with a lucky point just to keep Vimak from breaking him, and then the ice. So MVP to Joey for the plays, to Demos for the plays. And then, of course, this all just to survive long enough for Randy and Echo to come in and absolutely dish it out. Honorable mention to Echo for his flurry of blows that eventually dropped Vimak, and to Drix for a very awesome Halo Spore. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, Halo Spore.
A 10 out of 10 move. Very aesthetic ability. And, of course, you guys eventually down Vimak, and as Drix and Echo work together to restrain Vimak while the rest of you cleaned up shop, only allowing one member of the Vulcan's Legion to escape. Before waking up Vimak and interrogating him, and Zephyr eventually using the command spell with Confess. And he reveals a solid. I mean, it's not a solid handful. So technically that only works for 6 seconds, but I don't think I gave you guys more information than you would have gotten out of him in 6 seconds. So it tells you quite a few things. And that is actually where we left off. Snide remarks, comments, things I forgot, general tomfoolery, shenanigans.
It's episode 15.
Yeah! It is episode 15. Yeehaw.
Also, fuck BMAC.
Fair. Understandable. Okay. Well, we come back. Oh, did you get fixed?
Y'all see me now? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything through my browser now, which means I have 4 windows open, and it's having a time.
I say, Chrome's having a field day with your RAM. Anyway, did you have anything, Joey?
Oof.
I know you were getting set.
No.
Okay.
Purple tank was all I got. You're good.
Y'all come back. So kind of point of order here is y'all technically would not have gotten the short rest you would have gotten overnight. It was interrupted by all the combat and stuff. You can still take a short rest. They just take 8 hours now. I wanted to go over that before I forgot about it. We do come back. Zephyr stuffing his face with a cheese wheel. As you guys are all kind of letting the adrenaline drain out of you post-combat. As you have... I don't remember if y'all said you threw him in the bedroom. I think y'all just kind of pushed him off to the side. Vimak, who is bound, gagged. Bound is the same thing as restrained. Blindfolded, gagged, and bound. And has a little bell tied around his wrist, a la Randy. Otherwise, it is very early in the morning. You know, maybe 5, 6, 7 in the morning. As you guys I guess, Aaron, I was going to say Aaron comes out, but he does not. Aaron is locked behind the door. Well, Mantis, how would you like to proceed about the next half of your mission? Did you have to make it through the next day, 2 days, the next day and night before you arrive at Starlisker?
I do want to I do want to speak to old boy behind the door and just let him know, like, probably best if you hang out in there a little longer. Somebody's here trying to kill you. No, we got a handle, but I don't think him seeing you would be a very good thing right now.
You have to be able to. I guess you don't. You don't think. Okay.
Yeah, we
You
looked
can.
this up
You can
because
tell
it's,
that. You
it's
can say that to
weird.
him through the wall too.
It's weird that I
Okay.
don't have to see him. I agree. I think that's odd, but if I think they're within
That's okay.
120 feet, I can do that telepathically.
Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to make sure that wasn't allowed or not. I needed to know. Okay, Mantis.
Well, first, I believe we need to take a we need to find a concealed spot for this Vimak that we can draw too much suspicion. Are the train staff, the Latin rail, are the rail staff aware of this incident? Did we see any sign of them?
Now that
Did
you
they come to?
think about it, you have not. You had seen some boarding. You have not seen any since this incident. Now it is, a minute and a half past the incident now, but none have come running. You don't hear any commotion.
If they're unaware, I advise we keep it that way. We do have a hostage. If the situation comes to light, we can always truth be out. But until then, I suggest we stuff them in the piano.
Question: there are tables. Is this a storage chest?
Ooh,
Looks like a wardrobe.
Okay.
I thought it was a table, but you're right. It does have handles or something.
Maybe, just maybe, we try to put him in that and throw an arcane lock on it.
Love it. First level spells. Oh no, is it second level? No. Oh no, it's I just don't have it in my active spells. Hang on.
Or maybe you don't.
So, okay, interesting. Who hasn't done this yet? I think Zephyr. Zephyr, odd or even?
Oh boy, odd, always.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Barbara, if she just
You
spoke.
got. Steady.
I did not hear Barbara if she just spoke.
Oh shit,
I heard her.
did.
Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't hear you say odd or even or anything.
Because you're ignoring me, Joey.
Oh,
Gosh,
To
Joey.
the best of my ability, but you make it really fucking hard, Barbara.
It is odd. Good for you. I imagine it takes Drix, Echo, and Randy to all kind of muscle. Vimak is massive. Not only almost 8 feet tall, but Goliath thick. Probably easy. Well, it's not really a sized easy. And you guys have to tote drag, tote drag and lift him up into this wardrobe, which as you guys, the final kind of entry, the dump into the wardrobe is not graceful. You fear as he lands, you hear the sounds that the wardrobe is about to crack and break and fall in on itself. But after a mountainous groan, it holds.
Oh.
You guys shut the doors, I'm assuming. I'm not sure Goliath fits in a wardrobe, but the dice says it does, so that's what's
It's a little snug, but he's fine. I will cast. It is a second level spell, but I'm happy to do it because we're on the next. We didn't get a rest, but it's the next day, correct? Like this is like during the, or is it still?
It will
like
be
the
soon.
Middle of the.
It will be soon.
And then
It's
in the
like
morning
5
I'll
or
get.
6 days.
I got you. In the morning I'll use my pearl of power.
It may
to get
it's
this
not
back,
quite
but I
dawn
will go ahead
yet,
and
but
use a
dawn
second.
is coming. Yes.
Yeah.
Like
so
Echo, not Echo. Damn it, Davos.
what? He's a Goliath, so he's gray.
Yeah, Alabaster. They are kind of marble.
Alabaster taint is the password for this one as I cast the enchantment. Unpassable until the spell is broken or suppressed. The object is more difficult to break or force open. The DC to break it or pick it increases by 10. Boop. So if he chose to muzzle out there, it's going to be a lot harder for him.
We really just making sure this
Forget that.
motherfucker is going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's about as locked down can be.
So we have the gentleman is in the room. Yeah, I forget his name. Aaron.
Aaron is locked up. But can you have two of those at the same time? Does that drop your other one?
They're not concentration, and it lasts until, or no, I think this one does have a dispel time. No, it lasts until dispelled.
I guess it wouldn't make sense for them to last a long time. He is in the other room. He is arcane locked behind the purple taint lock.
Purple taint.
We're just gonna go through the rainbow of taints.
Rainbow
I
taint.
hear
Running gag. Whenever we lock somebody in a wardrobe, we just use it like. Why does this feel like Archer? Like it's aubergine. It's more of taupe, like taupe taint. That's all I'm saying.
I say that's kind of how we play this anyway. Whoops.
Kind of like how chartreuse is green. Like, what the fuck? Chartreuse does not sound like a green color.
It's
Not
also
a green
yellow.
color. Yeah, right? Like, it's fucked.
We'll compare taints later. We've got them locked down. Should we do anything else before we? I don't know. I'd like to try to get a nap if I can, but that way our blood's probably pumping pretty good too.
I'd say I don't have anything I necessarily need to rest for. So if there are individuals in the group who desperately need a rest, then I'm more than willing to sort of hang around and keep an eye on things.
Yeah, those who need to sleep can.
I don't think.
You
Let me
all,
look at
or I guess you technically don't. I wonder how that works.
That said, yeah, I was gonna say, like, how does not resting impact us
Yeah,
with the current system?
I was about to say, how does that work? The whole exhaustion thing.
I mean, to be fair, we don't, at least Drix and I don't really have to like sleep, so I could just casually hang out and try to get a rest in while being awake.
Just
Well,
as long
it's
as we don't do
kind of-
anything strenuous.
Yeah, it doesn't even. This whole sleep thing doesn't matter. The hours of
Well,
sleep doesn't matter. It's not listed.
Well, the
I
good
don't
thing
think,
is.
it?
Oh no. We could do either 2 shifts of 4 hours. The buggy boys, y'all only take 4 hours, right? Or is that just an Elven thing? I know that the trance is normally
It's
shorter
not
than
shorter, I don't think. I think it's just that we don't have to
Okay.
The
actually
amount of
sleep.
yeah.
And that's specific. That's why I
Echo
asked
is a
before
human.
about how long our watches were, since like nothing happened during mine. I was curious how long that took, but I don't think that would have been Constitution for a short rest.
No, short rests are 8 hours under
it's-
this system,
Yeah.
and so
it
like
depends
no
on how
one
many
got a
people we
short
have.
rest. Yeah, no one got a short rest because that 8-hour period got interrupted where you all were doing something, doing something strenuous.
So
It's-
Barbara, at least, could take as an elf could do 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do 4.
If you take the first watch, rest of us can go ahead and crash. You can. Well, maybe we should have 2 people on watch. If we take 12 hours, we can get everybody a full rest and keep a watch up for 3, 4
Yeah, I
hour
think I was
shifts.
technically the
2 people
last
each.
person to
Yeah.
take watch because that's when shit started happening.
Yeah, and technically being on watch does not. You can be on watch and be taking a short rest.
That is fair. So we could do it in 8 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can rest up. I imagine that this is the bulk of the assault for the night. We might have some further trouble down the line, but I feel like they plan a second attack, counting on Mr. Vimak's reputation to allow him to finish the job.
I look up at the big hole in the ceiling. I'm like, anybody got anything we can use to deal with that?
Amos looks at his last 2nd level spell slot. There's just the one lock on the.
I thought I don't have to concentrate.
There's just the one door up top. Yeah, Devin.
It's like a little
Yeah.
left door on top.
Go ahead and arcane lock it too. Bye
Oh.
spell slots.
Which
More
color are we
meant,
going
like-
with now?
Well,
Oh well, since it's like what is this?
not to
I'm-
throw us
It's
under
not
You're not
the
ritual
bus.
towards
casting?
Cyan? Is this
But
Cyan
It's not
taint?
ritual spells?
Cyan taint.
to be fair, he
Burnt
said
in.
One more time,
Band-Aid.
Devin?
he didn't just say they
Band-Aid.
opened it. He said that he ripped it off. Like they ripped it off the car, so it's actually just a
It-
big
no,
hole
it
in
is
the
still-
ceiling.
It's still definitely there. It doesn't lock anymore. He did tear through the. He didn't open it and pull it open. He tore it open, but it is still hinged to the top.
Okay.
Ripped
Still
open, maybe.
arcane lock that.
I think we could still, because it would close, but it wouldn't be the locked with the arcane lock would be a lot harder to break into than just the arcane lock.
You know what? I'll just say no, don't save your spell slot, buddy. And I'm just gonna sit down on the couch, like sort of near it, and that'll be where I hang out and do my watch, because I don't want you burning through your spells if you have to get up halfway through a rest and have to use them.
We'll at some point through the short rest, can I take a 5-minute detour to go ask, like, oh shit, because I feel like there's still time. If there was somebody Vimak was supposed to report to when he did that, they might not know that there might be another thing happening down the line. I could be being overly paranoid, but can I just like find a member of the staff and be like, hey, we experienced some the top hatch of our car mysteriously burst open in the middle of the night. I wonder if you might be able to have somebody from maintenance come and take a look-see. Most has lived a privileged life at a comfy university, like where there's staff for everything. So he's like, surely somebody's job is to fix doors when they break, yeah?
No, man, I don't make a persuasion check. I'm trying to. You're being deceptive. I don't feel like you said anything that was an outright lie.
Both -1. So enjoy that 13. And I don't think I have a. Let me see if I use my last one.
He looks a little quizzled at the idea of this. That obviously there's something going on. A door just ripped open. Like that sounds a little just ripped open by itself, huh? And he doesn't say anything like that. He gives you a quizzled look. He says, we can send somebody to take a look at it. Does it need to be taken care of now, or can we wait till first thing in the morning? So can we wait till the next stop?
The next stop is in the one we're getting off at in a day and a half, or? No,
there'll probably be a stop in the next couple of hours. A morning station.
No, the next stop would be more than gracious. No, I appreciate that. I think it's a faulty mechanism, but completely unsure of. You have a good day.
You must make an insight check.
That I'm a little better at.
Yeah.
Rolls a 1. Rolls the exact same. I can. So wait, before I do this, is tomorrow night our long rest?
Go look at the calendar and find out.
My
so
thing is
today is technically 1 day past. I actually did not update it, so it is the 3rd of Ron. So you will get 2 nights from now.
Oh, that I will not use my portent. Never mind. Okay, 13.
Let me make sure that's right. Actually, you're about to start the 4th. You're about to start the 4th. This upcoming day will be the 4th.
Tomorrow will be our long rest. Or no, this night will be our long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it the night?
The night
of the date on the calendar?
You just took your second short rest.
I see.
No. God damn it.
We attempted to. If I remember correctly, it was that we were going to get a long rest. That the trip was 2 days. It was after the second day of the trip was when we were supposed to get another long rest, which would technically make it tomorrow or tonight. I don't know, however you want to look at it. In the morning and then that night.
You will have to go 1 more night without a long rest.
Okay. I'll hold on to the portent then. Sorry.
Anyway, a 13. You have to walk a little further than you would have expected to find anybody. You had to travel about 2 cars away. Maybe 2.5 before you actually found anybody. That was a House Orion.
Interesting. Oh my god, did the fucking Vimak people, the goddamn shippers, whatever it is, the fucking Dark Sun shipping, did they pay off House Orion? Interesting. They must will share with the group. What?
Or they just got
Oh, I see.
Who knows?
So, well, that's weird because I said the thing was ripped off, and if I don't know if there's a red flag event that the other guy knew about, I feel like he might have. Let's
I mean, at this point, he may not know anybody's missing.
I will oh fuck. I'll report that back to the party and just say, you think we should fill them in on what's going on if off and unaware? I mean, I've worked with some people who could disappear at work, but I feel like at a train it's a lot fucking harder, you know?
I think we're in a weird situation to be talking to standard folk about maybe what's going on here. It feels sort of like we're in a spy versus spy scenario, and I don't know if they'd help, be startled. They could be in on it. I have no clue what's going on. It does sound weird, but I don't know if telling the train staff what's going on in our cabin's the best call, personally.
I get the feeling anybody could potentially be on payroll, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah. My initial thought was that they had been paid off to fuck off. And if that's the case, then we might be in more danger than we realize. Like, there might be people on the train other than, you know, the villains we're looking for. Everyone knows train staff are evil. I mean, come on. That bitch with the cart in Harry Potter, absolutely ruthless. Like,
You got hundreds of tickets.
You have piqued my curiosity, though. It makes me wonder if maybe one of us should just take a little wander around the train, see if anything looks out of place, a little weird, up and down both ends of it.
just thinking the same thing. I say at least two of us stay here to keep eyes on these two, but then the other four, maybe two go to the back of the train, two go to the front, and come back and just see if anything's off.
I asked the god of the game. God of the game, if we're just doing a casual stroll, does that constitute a rest deal, or what's going on there?
I would not qualify strolling up and down the train to be strenuous activity.
Cool, thank you.
A firefly. How did you get in here?
Yeah, I'm down to take a stroll. If anybody else wants to.
See,
I'm not very perceptive, so I'll hold down the fort unless anybody's pushing negative.
Yeah, my perception's a flat 0.
What occurs to me? Have we heard Brandon?
he's at work, I think.
I thought he said he had.
I am at work, but I do have a +2 to perception.
I got a +5. I'll go scouting.
Yeah, maybe you guys should go.
I have the ability
I-
to possibly look like lightning rail staff as well.
That's a. Fair point.
You guys also have 2 hats of disguise. I guess one of them's on Aaron.
Yeah, and I'm not opening that door right now.
I think we took it off Aaron to put on Echo because he was masquerading as the other guy. So you could. I think
No,
you have
I wouldn't
one.
have needed.
Yeah,
it.
he can just do it.
Oh, that's
He
right.
he changed.
But I would be wearing the same clothes, so I'd have
Right,
to find if I wanted to pose as lightning rail. Have to find some clothes.
Hat, I think, would change clothes too. Isn't that right?
It puts an illusion over you. It does like a
Yeah.
a minor, not a seeming, which is a bunch of people, but it does it's like a mask of many faces ability.
I have to say this terrible joke mostly for to make you suffer and to make maybe Brandon get a giggle out of it. In Critical Role, there's a time where Sam used that and he turned them all into cows, and they're like, "Why the fuck would you choose cows?" And he's like, "It's camouflage," and it was just like, it's a good groaner. Like,
That sounds like
That's
Sam.
so bad.
it's pretty
so bad.
terrible. Camouflage, like, oh god.
Yeah, it
Sorry.
casts a disguise self spell. So it's the whole shebang. You can make yourself, your clothes, your armor, your weapons, other belongings on your persons look different until the spell ends. Yada yada. You can be a foot shorter, a foot taller, all that fun stuff.
All
All right. So are you guys sending 2 people each, or is it gonna sounds like Echo and Drix are gonna go?
I think staying in pairs would be wise, just in case there is some fuckery.
It's
going
gonna leave
on,
you
but
by yourself.
There's Goob's not here. That's right. We don't have a 6th.
Well, I mean, are we gonna
Aaron,
send
you
them?
packing?
Are we gonna send them completely separate? I assume that they would just go wander while we hung out and kept an eye on this particular cart, unless you want to go opposite directions.
That's fair. Drix will go because he has the +5, and then if nobody has higher than Echo's +2, then I say just send them up, 1 down.
No, I mean the best I could
Yeah,
do is
I can probably take one half of the train myself.
So the best I could do is try to carapace and go the opposite direction and just sort of sneak around and see if I'd hear or notice anything. But
Hi, Mantis. Dawn breaks. How would you like to proceed about your day? Day 972, Valheim style.
I think we're sending Echo and Drix scouting.
Okay. That sounds
Sounds
like
good to me.
y'all are splitting up, or y'all are staying together.
it's gonna take them longer, but personally, I recommend to you guys that you just maybe walk together. If he dresses up like a lightning rail person, maybe he can be escorting a particular patron to a different part of the train inconspicuously.
And you both could have the
Uh-huh.
hats.
Okay.
All right, y'all two go ahead, and
Yeah.
we'll hold down the fort.
Drix and Echo, you guys can either both roll perceptions, or you can give the other one advantage.
I'll give Drix advantage.
All right, roll him dice and tell us what you're drinking there,
Big
Ben.
fives. Woo!
23, and I got rye
Nice.
whiskey from Chattanooga.
Classy.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
From the Noog. All right. Sorry,
Noog.
these Celsiuses are hitting me good. Getting that good caffeine rush.
It's 9:30 and drunk Devin is in full swing. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Caffeine drug Devin, even worse.
We're accelerating.
Obnoxious Devin. 23. Drix, you and Echo do a thorough sweep of probably the next 3 carts. How many do I have to actually show you guys? Y'all want to see carts?
Yes.
And if there's something to see.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, here I will go ahead and show y'all. I don't quite have 3 carts, but I'll show y'all what I do have to show off these. I actually paid $1 for these on DM Skill. They're very fucking cool.
Oh.
Ooh,
They're modular. There's more of them.
that's a train.
Didn't get to brag about it last time. We'll go ahead.
Whoever does the editing for this needs to do a little plug of the author, like bloop. Like,
I would really
content
like to
created
start.
by.
I would really start to write that down so that I can put it on like a little note so it can go into like session
Edits.
notes or into edits or whatever.
Mm.
I think that would be cool. Anyway, so there's the rest of the train. So you scope. We're gonna say the bottom part of the train. I did first, and it looks like it seems to be what is essentially third class or maybe second class. You know, these pews here, these bench seating is. I don't remember if it's called second class or not. And then the kitchen. And you go one more cart over.
Deimos messages them, bring me a banana. A hanker.
Fuck's
not
a
just-
banana?
I
Oh,
mean, I
it's
love
yellow
What's
things,
a
right? There are bananas.
Oh, okay.
There are fucking bananas. Oh my god.
Echo wants another cheese wheel.
Zephyr wants another cheese.
Oh, I'm
Of course
sorry, Zephyr.
Of course, the dragon needs potassium. Lizards.
Jesus. Okay, well, you guys feel very confident in your abilities. Echo, especially, kind of having done this thing before of having worked in espionage and Drix with your interactions with people as a bounty hunter. You're both pretty good at reading people. You guys don't see anybody that is sweating or gives you a bad vibe or anything like that. You can see with the 23 Drix that something does seem to be up with the staff. There are a higher number than usual, kind of running back and forth, talking to each other, whispering. Maybe some of them even a mild look of concern. But you don't see anything other than that would really trip your wire or anything like that. You are welcome to roll again to try the other half of the train if you'd like.
No, dude, absolutely.
I like to think Echo slips Demos a banana on the way back through.
Yeah.
Would we be able to tell? Like, are they just freaking out because he looks like a 3 crane, or
It's not directed at you guys.
I think they're freaking out because they're realizing that people are missing now. They know something happened or they don't know what happened, but they know that people are missing. It's like a.
I didn't know if
21
If
for
they
the
were-
other half of the train, by the way.
Thank you.
Sick.
Y'all can keep discussing if you need. So
I was just, I guess, trying to get some insight if they were innocent and just, hey, there's a hulking man
no, yeah, they're definitely
going through the carts, or is it?
Can't tell what, but something's got him on edge.
Yeah, it's definitely not directed at you guys. Why are you still trying to do this? We're being this way. Sorry, my mouse is being up.
Devin,
I'm
that's
talking
rude. You
to
just
you.
asked a question. Jesus.
I'm talking to you, Brandon. Ask all your
All right,
questions.
going on
Brandon.
mute the rest of the night. Okay.
No, Brandon, come
Caffeine
back. We
Devin
love
is an
you.
asshole.
Yeah, all Devons are an asshole, if we're being honest.
It's like the multiverse of Devons. That's their commonality. They all just hate everything.
Yeah, myself included. That's the secret. I can't hate any of you as much as I hate myself. Anyway, we
That's it. That's our channel's catchphrase. Perfect. You can't hate us more than we hate ourselves.
There you go.
God.
it's not bad. All right, well,
Like
here we go.
Smash that
No,
bell.
Echo, it's definitely not directed at you guys. It's not, and I would say that you would really, with 23, I don't think you would hear anything. They don't look panicked. I would say Echo probably doesn't gather they know about Vimak, but they know something's up. They seem to know something's up. Other side of the train, 21. This is, I think this is technically like another form of first class with these boxes, private compartments here, and a little bathroom or whatever. And then, of course, this is actually, Drix and Randy, you guys see one of the corpses laying in this cart where Zephyr killed somebody. And as you guys pass into this next cart, there is a winch and a bunch of logs. This is cargo, and the roof is actually open. You guys could see how someone could pretty easily airdrop into this cart. There is no roof on it. I'd even say you see what I referenced last session, a sound. Zephyr heard something and some cussing. You see one of these stacks of logs seems to be like knocked over and rolled out. And I guess now at this time, there are probably some vaguely wild-eyed house-oriented employees working hard to get these logs stacked back up and rewrapped into their netting. Ow, I just punched a chair.
Should we hide the corpse? Put it in one of these little rooms?
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Don't want any
I
staff.
would, I guess, yeah, open the doors, see if any of them are unoccupied.
This early in the morning, there are, most of them are unoccupied.
But you said it was a corpse. What if we just threw it under the train between cars? Didn't you say there was like a gap?
Yeah, I mean, you could most certainly try. You might have to like waffle stomp it to get it down between the things, but
Yeet him out the window.
That's a thought. Eat him out the window.
Yeah,
God.
frisk his corpse and yeet.
oh man, I don't know what color he was. Okay, this one was hairy.
Wow, racist.
Meta, Devin.
I had like a red and a blue dot to determine their weapons because they are Vulcan's Legion, so they were carrying like the weapons that I've been brewing up for you guys. But off of this guy, you get a mithril shield and a mithril spear. Mithril round shield. So I do have like round shields and great shields and things like that. This is a round shield. It's a Captain
The
America
same-
shield, actually. It is the same. I think if there's one listed, they should be the same. I think I edited the spear a little. I'll send y'all the edit for that in a second. And I don't think I had them listed carrying anything like. Yeah, the armor is very nice. He would be wearing plate mail. If you guys have any use for that, I guess on these guys it might even be +1.
If I could wear humanoid armor.
Not me.
Mm-mm.
Maybe
Fine.
Goob.
Yeah. Can we mail it to Goob?
I think you can wear. I mean, I think you can. Can't Thurkins wear humanoid armor? Or is that not a thing?
That's not a thing. No.
The thing, well, I think the thing though is
What,
that part
man?
of our. Hang on, let me find it. It has something to do with our AC. Like if you put on armor, it has a negative impact on your AC unless it's over a certain level.
What
Also,
was
armor
it?
is dishonorable, so.
I see. Very samurai of you. 2 seconds. Let me look at my.
I feel silently judged or audibly judged.
Well, with you
Honestly,
fleshy
that's
humanoids, it makes sense. But we trust in our carapace.
Excuse me. The one with mithril on had splint mail on.
What's that?
So that's an 18 AC, which is great
17.
for one thing. Well, you said it was plus one?
Plus one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's an 18 AC, which is probably better than what most of us are packing at this level. Because it's mithril, does that mean it counts like a tier lighter or something?
It is not mithril. The shield and the spear were mithril.
Yeah, we'll take that shield, by the way, if available.
I just
The
realized
spear was mithril. Is that plus one, or is that just different? You said you would send it to us, that's right.
Yeah, I'll send it to you just a second. I'm going to find it now. No, unless I say specifically, my kind of special metal weapons, whatever you want to call them, are not magical.
Mhm.
They may or may not count as magical damage for the purposes of fighting things,
Resistance.
but I haven't decided that yet.
so, and it could be. I think it's a class thing more than a race thing, but at least for a fighter, I can have proficiency in all armor and most weapons. I think so. Not that I necessarily want it, but it's probably good to take it anyway.
Well, splint mail, that's heavy armor or medium?
I think it's.
It is heavy.
I think it is heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably pass. Need to keep
Yeah.
my stealth.
Same.
We'll take them all, of course, but.
Oh, yeah.
Duh.
I imagine putting Zephyr in it.
After-
all right, clink around.
Yeah. Clank, clank, clank. With it being mithril, it might not have
And
that
then
problem. There is mithril armor rules, and I'm trying to remember if it was homebrewed or if it was like by the book.
It's like
But I
it removes the disadvantage
Yes.
for plate mail. The
So
stealth
you
check.
could wear that heavy armor without the disadvantage on your stealth checks, but you still have to be proficient to wear it, I believe.
Yeah, and you have to pass the strength thing, which probably is waived for mithril too. You have to
Splint
a str-
has a strength score requirement. Oh, you like 13? Yeah, it is.
or
It is
15
low.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Splint mail's too high, but
All right, so me and Drix weekend at Bernie's this fucker off the train.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, let's toss him out. All right, y'all
yeah.
try to be
Alright.
discreet about this in any way.
I mean,
yeah.
it's discreet as possible.
Purple tank.
Uh,
I could just eat them, but you know,
sorry, I'm dying.
just throwing that out there.
All right, so I need one of you to make a stealth check since y'all are trying to, I don't know, pick the best moment to push this motherfucker out the window.
What's
Both
your
of
stealth,
us?
Echo?
Pretty high. I think. Let me double check. +7. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I got
high.
a +6, so I'll let you take that one.
Do we both got to roll?
Now, one of you
Since
can
we're
roll
kinda-
advantage.
All right, let's see.
There's
That
y'all's,
is a 25 for the first one. And a 27 for the second.
Perfect.
That's a
Yeah.
nat 20, by the way.
Oh,
Get 'em, boys.
so Echo, you know what? You actually, man, you rush back into the cart. You reach into whoever's bag. Maybe it's your bag. I don't know. You produce the necklace of arcane eye that you guys have got from Sly and kind of rush back to the other cart, and you quickly use it to verify that there's nobody in any of the surrounding carts, and you point it out to the train and make absolutely sure that no one's got their head stuck out. There's no guards on any of the sides or on the top. Before you and Drix whoop the body, of course, there's a sound of wind as the train is going by. The body goes out with a very light floop, and then a crack and a sizzling sound, which is of course quickly left behind by the speeding train.
I
Good
like to
job,
think that
Steve.
we're downwind, and as the frying corpse, like we drive by it, we catch whiff it, and then was like,
I was about to
something
say.
smells delicious. I wonder what they're cooking.
So you have to describe the
Sayonara.
smells too, for sure.
But y'all also know that the kitchen is in the back of the train.
Smells like grilled meat and burnt hair.
I tell Drix I'll get him a burger. So that way, since I kind of just tossed his meal out the train,
There'll be other
I'll get
prey.
you a burger to make up for it.
The equivalent of like a belly rumble for a thry queen is like mandible. His mandibles just start cleaning themselves. Like,
I was thinking like a high pitch, like
I
almost
imagine
like
like
a
a
cicada.
Perry the Platypus chattering.
All right. Well, I'm assuming you guys returned to the cart, the main cart, the VIP cart.
Yeah, let the party know about our findings, which are pretty much nothing.
Found a corpse. That's pretty good.
You
Oh, yeah.
also bring back loot. So
Staff's on edge.
Also,
Cargo doors
can
open.
Deimos do a? Can I do a sweep of the cart to see this condition of our room? Like,
yeah.
Is there
You
any
are
visible
just-
signs of battle?
You are sitting there. So besides the door, which is you arcane, did you arcane lock that top door? I think you did. Yeah. No,
Oh
Randy's
yes, the
watching
top
it.
door and
I
the
told him to
wardrobe.
save a spell.
Oh, yeah, Randy's watching it.
No, I marked it off. I'm gonna use the pearl to get one of those back, but
Damage, not really.
Oh wait,
So
no,
besides,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do that until after we have the door replaced, like the staff we're talking. My bad.
Let's see. So I wouldn't say the room looks damaged. So besides the carpet being very wet from where all your ice melted, nothing really got damaged in the fight, except maybe the.
I will like lightly burning hands, just like on the lowest setting, just to help dry the carpet and stuff. Like
Drix and Echo, you guys come back to Demos down on his knees, hands like Tony Stark style, cleaning up his mess. Which it doesn't take you too long, Demos. It is magical fire. Okay, you guys have secured the area and not got a sip rat, but it made an investigation.
Can I?
Anything else, you guys?
I'm still trying to take a rest. I was wondering if I could have somebody boost my noggin up through the hole in that open door and just sort of peek down both ends of the top of the train.
with his arcane eye, Echo got like the full 360 and saw that it was clear. But
true.
That could have just been at that time, so I mean, wouldn't hurt to do it. Also, for the purposes of sleep deprivation, I say we like wake Vimak up every hour and just like kick him a couple of times or something. Just keep him from getting too much.
Too rested.
We say
But every time you do that,
alabaster taint and pop, pop, pop. Close the
let me
door.
ask you a question. We can pass to the lock, right? Because we have the password. It's just that he can't.
Yeah, as long as you say the password. Actually, I think I can specify certain people to just be able to do it at will without even knowing the password. But I think the password's fun, so that's the deal.
Well, here's why I ask. You speak the password out loud. He's a smart guy. Like, what's gonna stop him from saying the password from inside the thing?
That's a fair point. For this, if Deimos is like, I'm not used to locking people in rooms with this. Usually I use this to like keep my chest in my room secure, but this is giving me some second thoughts. That's a fair point. I'll tell you what, next time I will cast this, we'll change said password and just allow us to do it at, to go through at will and make it to where there isn't a requirement for us.
Okay. But yeah,
Thinking
opening the door this time would be dicey, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
He was knocked out when we put him in there, yeah?
I mean, he was conscious. Y'all woke him up to question.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like we didn't knock him back out before we put him
You didn't say you did.
in the cupboard?
I think we just blindfolded and bound
Kind of
him,
pictured us doing it,
tossed
but
him in.
Yeah, we just bound him.
oh, damn it. Now y'all have got me overthinking it. I dismissed the spell and cast it a second time, and after we check on him and kick him a couple of times.
Could we use the arcane eye as like a baby monitor to see what he's doing in the room?
Make the password the right
You
green.
talking about y'all's dude or Vimak? Vimak is shoved in a
dude.
wardrobe.
Yeah, Vimak.
Vimak.
Well, he's in that room.
He's tied up with a bell and bound and
He
gagged.
is.
I feel he's
He's
Okay.
stuck in a. They shoved him in a wardrobe. Like he's not his. I couldn't call it a room. He's very snug.
yeah.
But it sounds like
Keep
y'all
him,
are trying to take him out to rough him out.
Not take him out, but just like open the door, literally pop him a couple of times, Prevent him from getting sleep and regaining hit points and features and all that shit.
Well, counterpoint. If we're all, man, I feel like I'm throwing us under the bus. If we're all trying to take a rest in this period, though, like, does taking swings at him constitute not gaining a rest? At which point we should take shifts.
Fighting does constitute strenuous activity. I don't know.
I'm thinking the shifts thing anyway.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just trying to make sure we're not going to get
the
bit
4
in the butt
hours,
doing something, and then Devin's like, "Ha, gotcha."
I get you. We can do 3 4-hour shifts over the course of 12 hours, to where there's 8 hours of rest that all of us get, plus the 4 hours watch. So it doesn't. We're on a train going nowhere. It's not like we have to be out of town sometime tomorrow. So I don't mind. I don't think doing the longer rest thing will be an issue.
Nah.
So we all get rest and keep him tortured without.
Who takes the first watch? Who's the first one responsible for wrapping up Vimak?
I think we said fucking Zephyr had that.
I'll
privilege.
do it. Or Zephyr. Yeah, go ahead.
Zephyr, you want to punch somebody?
You know,
Should we go
I'll
in
let you have
with
a
2
longer rest
people?
First, I'll just make him shit himself.
Just kick him with your leg.
Well, he's in our room, like he's in the wardrobe that's in our VIP cart. So he's still thoroughly surrounded.
Around. We're fine. Like, I mean, Cordo practically smell like a dead body anyway.
Zephyr has never gotten to use that special bludgeoning kneecap.
This is true.
Pow, pow.
Give him the old
force damage.
wheel leg here.
Okay, interesting. So you speak.
Devin.
What is this one? It's not purple taint. This one is. What did you say?
This I cast it a second time, which I need to mark off the spell slot for. Oh no!
You can do that a third time. Oh no! You have the second one. Oh okay.
This is my. Oh, and then I have the Pearl of Power, which gives me 1 back. So I've used 1, 2. Used 3 because I did the top door too, and that came back.
So yeah, Zephyr can just open it, huh?
Zephyr can just not telepathically. He doesn't need the password at all. He just is allowed to open it.
Interesting.
Rough the guy up.
All right, so sounds like you just gonna pop that thing open, and you're gonna take your knee, and you're just gonna start like Muay Thai throwing knees at him. Is that what I'm understanding?
Throwing knees, yes.
Neat.
Kneecap to maybe some more sensitive areas. I mean, shit.
Go ahead and roll your to hit for me, please.
What am I rolling?
Do you have a attack? Your little knee. It should be like a bludgeoning attack. It only does like 1d6 of damage. I think it's on your character sheet.
Okay, let me see. I haven't paid attention to my new attack. So I have an unarmed strike.
That may be it.
It says melee attack. Wow, on that one.
Oh well, interesting.
Maybe I just slam my knee into the wardrobe, leave a hole in it.
You find out. You find out that even with
Pandora's
this metal
character
leg, you can stub your toe.
Are you looking at Pandora's character sheet? It's funny that the thing says Pandora.
Does it say Pandora?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
I nearly opened her first, but it is Zephyr's character sheet.
It's kind of funny.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, right.
It's
I've been
handling
distracted
the
pretty hard. I was like, whoa.
Zephyr's persona.
So I'm trying to get to Zephyr's character sheet because I want your little knee is on there. Zephyr's persona. Shut the fuck up.
Basically on brand.
I'll close Firefox and reopen it.
Nightstone is just a
okay.
fanfic that Zephyr wrote. By the way.
I love that. He would pick a name like Nightstone, fucking emo ass motherfucker.
I'll have to fix it where you have a little
Nightstone.
Knee button. Oh man. Okay. Interesting.
Hold on, I'm just gonna roll it again just to see if I fixed it. Yeah, there it goes.
It just fixed it, didn't it? And I would like to point out that even the 17 would not have prevented this. This is not a nat 1 thing. But Zephyr, you open the door and you swing your knee up at Vimak, and you watch as your knee collides with his stomach, and in the same instant, you see, because of the view you have of him, his whole shoulder fall out of place. He slips his bonds using this added dexterity, and you hear all of you hear the bell jangle. Zephyr's grunt of throwing his knee, the bell jangle. You might even hear Zephyr make a gross sound as Vimak snaps his shoulder back into place. And I need you all to roll initiative, please.
What the fuck,
fucking
man? We should have left well enough alone.
Just fucking kill them.
I'm not worried about it. There's 6 of us, 1 of him. He shouldn't have his hit points back. So, I'm about to
just let me eat him
break
this
guy's
time.
week.
I would just like to point out that I had a nat 20 immediately followed by a nat 1 for initiative, so that's a 5.
5 hurt.
I got 11.
Nice.
Oh, I guess I got a 19.
I need to start
18.
rolling physical dice, because let me tell you, these digital dice do not fear dice jail.
No,
You really don't.
I thought about
You're
it.
right, though.
Setting up a secondary camera and legit doing that. Just having like a little dice box over here and rolling on camera.
It looks
I
like
like doing
Randy,
that for Deimos' portents.
It looks like Randy and Rix get to respond before Vimak does.
Come on.
We tied him at the ankles and stuff, so he's still partially bound, yeah?
No, he rolled. Actually, I flavored that as him popping himself, but it was like an athletics check to break, to just bust out. So the idea is that you open the thing and someone hit him, and he just used that to go ahead and break everything, and he's getting, as best you can tell, getting ready to go, trying to go, either at y'all or somewhere else. We'll find out.
Okay. I'm first. I forgot that I could bonus action dash, so I'm gonna do that. I'm assuming he's still right up in front of the wardrobe.
Blue.
And then I'm just gonna try to lock him down. I'm gonna swing at him with trusty katana. I'm gonna try to hit him with a booming blade.
That's good, because he's obviously going to try to move.
17 hit.
So Randy, you rush over and you realize almost immediately that something is wrong. His eyes are pupilless, rolled in the back of his head. And as you go to, having hit him earlier, go to strike him and believe you are about to strike, and it glances off in a very peculiar way. Very similar to Deimos' shield spell.
Okay. I don't much like this. I guess the best I can do, I've already used bonus action dash. I can't use bonus action attack. I guess I'm just gonna stand here. I'll shout back to the party. Something's different about this guy. It seems kind of weird. And that's it.
That's what you got. Yeah,
Did you
mute
say,
Grix.
Devin?
I was asking Grix what he got. Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, I didn't hear that. No.
Sorry.
He sounded really quiet when he said it at first. I don't know why.
I was mumbling, probably.
Well, if I'm going before him, I'm going to use my action to reuse my symbiotic entity. Give myself 11 temporary HP.
Ooh.
Run into
And
Venom.
since I don't have any martial bonus actions, that'll do it for me.
Is it your Gitka a bonus action? Or no, only when you swing with it.
Yeah, when you attack with a
Gotcha.
the symbiotic entity is pretty much wild shape, so it takes an action.
Let's see. Vimak, and this is very eerie to all of you, he as this blow glances off that Randy strikes, he doesn't sprint. He doesn't even. He steps out of the wardrobe. You guys can hear him. He's like rolling his shoulder. You hear the popping and the cracking of his shoulders. He's kind of seems to be working out whatever he had done to it. Again, eyes rolled in the back of the head, and this just, I guess you could call it an aura. Temperature in the room seems to drop, and he looks looks around, seeing any of you. And his mouth opens, and you do not hear Vimak's voice. A voice old, much deeper if possible, laden with magic and terror. Enjoy your time on this earth, mortals. It is limited. And then he's going to 5, 10, 15. He is going to try to run and jump out the window. He's going to do some dope monk shit. Not my trademark. Long story short, he is going to dash and bonus action dash. That means Randy,
he's going to get opportunity attacks against him, yeah?
I was about to ask.
Randy will.
Well,
that moves him 10 feet into my range, so I do too.
Well, he's coming from
Drix
here.
If he
He's
runs
technically going like this. Because he's going right out this window right here.
Okay, yeah.
Like, the idea is he goes like this, and I think he's actually going to go to the roof.
Is that window not blocked by the wardrobe, though?
It's
Wardrobe
tough.
Like we're getting finicky.
Wall, yeah?
Like if you can fit a body out the window, surely.
It partially fits 2 of the squares, right? So I'd imagine it's halfway covered by the wardrobe, but not fully. I don't know.
I feel like he could just throw the wardrobe out of the way, honestly.
That's a good point. He is strong.
I feel like I'm
That would
scared
be
of
an
him
action.
now.
He's also did he get out of his visual binds, so his blinded and his physical binds?
I guess he would have
The
done that.
one
After he broke it,
attempt-
I just would have been going like this. Like, it didn't cost him any action economy to pull that shit off his face.
Alright, whatever. I'll take a reaction attack. See if I can get something on him on the way out. 17 again. Sucker.
This is still the same round. Ugh. Another, you're sure that you have him, and again, it kind of slides off as he bolts out the window, and I think you guys will be able to tell, seems to be up towards the top of the cart. He moves pretty fast. You all are welcome. The rest of you have a turn to pursue if you would like. It looks like after that it would be Demos. Is that right? Where's your initiative? Not Demos. Zephyr.
Binding ice.
Now, I didn't. Did I get a long rest? Did I get to do my meditate, my 4-hour trance or whatever? Or was I on first?
You would have gotten a short rest because y'all did call out that, like, y'all. Oh well, no, this is during your short rest, right? You took the first shift, so I guess not.
Did I take the first shift? I thought because I took the last shift. Okay, never mind.
I originally volunteered to take the first shift. I don't know who agreed to do it with me, but I wanted to let the spellcasters have a rest first, so I very much volunteered to go first.
But if it interrupted that 4 hours, I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
That's true. Now, technically, I wouldn't say it's been interrupted yet. I guess combat does technically count as. Y'all haven't done a whole lot.
I think this was at the start of our rest. I don't think we've gotten the benefit of it.
Listen, I just wanted my.
This is the first time we were popping them up. No one, if it's at the very start of our rest anyway, it doesn't matter if it interrupts. It's not going to throw us off by a significant amount of time.
Let's see. I guess he's like halfway out the window, correct? Like he's making his escape.
Well, technically, in his turn, he can get up to the roof and sprint down it.
Can I hear where he's running?
Probably. I would say so.
Could I theoretically, like, am I still sitting on this couch? I don't think I moved. Can I just, like, fucking knee blast him up? Well, no, I was there with the wardrobe. That's right. I would have been over here.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess can I try blasting him through the roof? I mean, we've already fucking broken this train. Like this train's already fucking broke. Like
You can try if you want. You'd have to roll a disadvantage because you can't see him. But
all right, do y'all want me to try like fucking stopping him? Because obviously we don't want him to fucking go.
I have a couple of things that might help immobilize him, so I suggest go for it. But
let me count some movement speed so I can see.
I mean, it's like I might as well, and if not, so be it. I also get 2 blasts, so I get to roll 4 times, right? And take the weakest. Okay, well, there's the first one. It's an 11.
I see. Okay.
There's the second one, which is a 24 and a 23. So the 23.
23. Good job,
I just
bitch.
want to trip him, man.
pop him.
Oh boy.
So anyway, I started blasting.
What was the second one? I'm sorry.
It was a 23.
23.
So this is 70. 23 definitely hits. Roll your damage on that. What's the damage for that? So I'm trying to move his token.
Oh, I didn't roll damage because I didn't expect it to get this far.
The-
7 force damage.
7 force damage. Oh man.
He was already pretty rough, so like
He was already pretty rough. Okay.
if he dies, he dies.
Interesting. You do hit him. You do hear the grunt as it passes through his whatever barrier had been erected around him. And you hear the grunt. You hear him slip and fall. Hold on a second. I gotta subtract some movement speed. Takes a lot of movement speed to get up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. You cost him half his movement speed to get back up. You do hear him get back up, but you guys also hear him fall. That takes half the movement speed to get back up, which ate up a chunk of the distance he was about to cover. Interesting. Demos, what do you got?
Okay. I have a meta question. For hold person, if I upcast it, it usually lets me pick a second target.
Mhm.
Since there's just one target, could I just force him to roll twice? No? Okay.
Like it fundamentally breaks the way that's designed.
Will say, doesn't fundamentally break it. No, I mean, it would normally be I'd be able to block 2 people, but now it just
normally.
I get what you mean. That's not how
Maybe
it's
I
written,
should say it fucks bonded accuracy.
accurate. Okay. Anyway, enough about your bondage. Echo, Deimos will say to Echo, I need you to make him his mind. I need you to weaken his mental state. I'm going to try to lock him down. Deimos, meta-wise, is asking for a wisdom hex on him. Deimos is going to use his movement to climb to the, go through the door to get up to the roof, whatever I need to do. And then I'm going to hold the action of hold person. So I'm not casting it now. I'm waiting for Echo to pop his wisdom hex so I can make him do it at disadvantage.
Perfect.
And
You are currently on the roof of the train. So if you like,
Can I? Which way is he? Is he like going toward the front of the train, going to the
he's
back
going
of the train?
towards the back of the train. He is right here, so his token is technically on the roof. He was going to be halfway down the other cart until Zephyr hit him.
Gave him the old razzle dazzle.
I just moved Deimos off to the side to symbolize that he's on the roof, but this is where he is. I will also. How much would it cost me to get through the window? I was pretty or through the ceiling. I was pretty close to it. Half speed or?
It's usually like what is it? Climbing is like its own thing. So I'll charge
It's double speed.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is
cost for climbing.
like it's 5 feet except for the part where you go through the window and get to the roof. That's going to be 10 feet. So like just that section of it though. Once you get on the roof, you don't have to do any more extra.
I will move 3 more squares just to get close a little bit of the ground.
Okay.
And whoever's next. Because I can't see initiative.
It is Echo next. Echo's step.
Would I?
Heard you.
I know we haven't really moved our tokens since the initial fight, but would I be able to get to the roof at all?
Yeah.
As without a dash.
Yeah, I think you could get like you could get about here on the roof. You know, you'll use a chunk to get through this window over here or whatever, but you can definitely reach the roof and be in like you won't be within 5 feet of the edge. You could stop close enough to be more than 5 feet from the edge.
And that's just regular movement as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hop on the roof and hit him with my longbow.
I heard. Roll your damage. Roll your
Let's
damage. Roll your
see.
hit.
Did you hear earlier what I said to Echo?
I only caught half of it.
I was asking for a wisdom hex if you can. I think that is a bonus action, but in which case,
Oh, I
it's better
could.
do you.
One per long rest. I wouldn't be able to.
Ah, damn. Okay,
Oh,
that's
no.
unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. That's your trigger.
Well, he would have verbally said something, I imagine, when I said, I need you to do this. And as I climbed to the window, he would have plenty of time to say, I can't! In which case, I would just cast
Yeah,
it.
sorry.
What's the spell save DC?
14. And I don't have a...
Is it wisdom?
It is wisdom.
Okay,
It's
it's
either wisdom or constitution. And, you know, for a monk, I know he's probably stacked in both.
Well, the good news for you is he rolled. Oh, saves are different, aren't they? Interesting. Good. Lucky for you, he rolled a 5.
Ooh, okay. So he is paralyzed, which means Echo's arrow is
Has advantage.
well, no, it's a crit.
Melees or crits, I think.
Ow.
Why
rolled
would
a-
it
what was it?
differentiate?
The idea is you're right up on a paralyzed person, and there's nothing they can do to keep you from like exsanguinating them.
Right.
You know, you're
I guess.
Got 3 apples in a contest. I think he can
It's the-
very quick.
Oh,
It's the same reason that like I can't use booming blade on a dagger because that would be kind of broken if I could like stop somebody from moving from a distance. It has to be a melee attack.
yeah.
That's
It says
sexy
any
as fuck,
attack,
though, and I need that.
any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. So you could walk up
Okay.
on him and put an arrow in his eye and let it go or something. But
I don't think I'd
You
be able to
have-
reach.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I
So
missed with
question,
my first
if you went
attack.
through the window like he did, could he get closer to him?
That was
Because he was
that how
essentially
I had him going like this way through this window and back up.
if
That
you're
seems to
pinging
be
right
the.
up, see-
You should. I'm on the
I
objects
see.
and token slayer.
Okay. I don't know if my stuff is just laggy or what, but I didn't see it until just a second ago.
I missed my first attack, but the second I rolled a 27.
Roll damage. I need to find that.
Alright.
Why is it not showing it to me?
That is a 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. Oh,
Okay,
not,
oh,
not a
do you?
crit though. Okay. Okay.
And I guess bonus action, I will manifest Echo, put him 30 feet closer to Vimak. And that's the end of my turn.
Interesting. Randy, I believe you're first. Strix are on deck.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try to go out the window he went out and see how close I can get to him if I use a. Can I get close enough to him without using a
Action
dash?
dash?
Or I was gonna say I could bonus action dash.
Let's see here. So you'll have to move.
Randy was within 5 feet of him when he started that movement. So I feel like, he dashed, didn't he? That's right.
He bonus action dashed and dashed.
Yeah, so
Like
he
that
had
motherfucker can move.
super
Can move.
He Mario double dashed. Oh god.
And he has a base movement
With a
speed of 50. Like it.
I was about to say, I know
Zephyr hadn't
monks have
hit him-
fucking.
Yeah, if Zephyr hadn't hit him, he'd been fucking gone, dude. Yeah, he'd been running, and now y'all got him trapped. So the boon that started all of this isn't gonna save him. It looks like. I'm very interested to see what happens. Oh god.
And
Very-
I was running.
Can you see my ruler?
Yeah, I can see it.
So it looks like
Yeah.
you can get to the roof, kind of like Echo. You can get to the roof
So with the dash, I could definitely get up on him then.
Let's see here. Yes. With your bonus action dash, it looks like you could.
Okie dokie. Well, I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do then.
Oh no.
He's still held person too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure he can't move.
Goddamn right he is.
I'm gonna guarantee this booming blade right into his face. Can I do that? Am I allowed to do that?
Oh, it just hit him twice. Because you have to hit him for the crit to proc.
Okay.
It's not
yeah.
auto succeed, it's auto crit.
Oh,
He
so
does have advantage because incapacitated though, but I will double check.
Yes, does have advantage.
So, oh, I see. So you have to hit him in order for this. So it's not an automatic critical.
crit
It's if you
happen.
hit. Okay.
It is a critical if you hit.
It's auto crit damage.
So I get
Yeah.
advantage. I can swing again. Did I even roll the right one? Oh, I did. Okay.
So you roll 2 for your first
Jesus,
swing,
That's terrible.
and then roll 2 for your second.
Okay, this is not going well. It's
Oh, thank
18.
God.
You're so close.
Deimos will use his 14 to make that a 20.
Okay. Roll your double damage. Roll sneak attack for that too. You know what? I don't even think you have to roll. I think this is gonna. Go ahead and roll it all.
I had to roll 50 times, but there's that.
Now hold on. That's 12 plus 14, which is plenty more than enough. With Demos's help, you can't see him. You're in the middle of swinging. Your third and final strike, you're beginning to feel like this is futile. This kind of odd possession that has taken over Vimak, and you feel this just kind of nudge from behind you, even though no one's behind you, and your katana slices down through the shield. Yeah.
You ever seen
Sorry.
Ghost, where he like helps her at the pottery wheel? That's me with your katana swing, just like
Just-
awkwardly over your shoulder.
One hand,
And almost
like around my hip, and the other one just cradling the hilt of the katana.
I was thinking like someone shooting pool, like someone wrapped around someone, like teaching him to shoot pool. That was my first thought. But I almost think it's like an angry swing. Like you go from these sharp samurai cuts to just, and it smashes through the shield and down into him and cuts a massive carve into his back. He does definitely go down. You killed his temp HP. You got rid of all of it. And he only had one underneath that, so.
So, dead, or like death saving throws?
He would technically, I'm using a character sheet. I guess he would go to death saving throws.
Before
how I
okay,
treat
after that happens, I want to
baddies,
turn
too.
around and be like, "You guys want to try to tie him up again? What we doing here?"
Like
On the train with the wind going by. I guess it
that's
doesn't
the only
count.
other one up here. Is
Yeah.
like, I didn't tie him up. I don't know how to do shit like that. That was one of y'all sneaky ones, I'm sure.
I'm
Let's
over
kick
here
him down
ready
there.
to kill the bastard because there I went and I was gonna go be tough and rough and fucking ruined it.
Deimos will run up and give him a potion to get him up from
before you
the thing.
Before you do that, I just want to.
I'm still.
I imagine I'm still sort of pissed, and I'm like huffing a little bit, and can I just like grab his foot and start trying to drag him back towards the porthole at the top of our cart that we would have jumped out of, like as if I was trying to bring him back in.
It is a little difficult because he's so big, but
Yeah.
you do manage to drag him. I'm assuming y'all. How you gonna get him back down in there while he's making death saving throws?
Oh.
Potion first, then drop him.
Or can
You
we?
potion him.
Oh no,
He's gonna come back
we'll
up.
secure him before we potion
Does
him.
anybody want to try to
Mm.
stabilize him? Anybody want to do a medicine
I was about
check?
to
And
say,
actually, let me check something really fast. You have to drag him. So even if you bonus action dash, you can only move 30 feet total because it's half movement speed to drag somebody. So he does have to make a death save, like on your way to the door.
Boy.
How do you roll these? I know how to roll these. Hold on. Oh.
Flat D20.
Ooh. Vimak's blood streaks along the top of the cart as you're dragging him.
Sick. I'm trying not to be excited about this. Fuck. I'll shout down there. You boys get ready to catch, and I'm gonna help Randy drag him the rest of the way to the porthole. And
Is anybody?
we'll wait for somebody to get down there to catch him to where he doesn't take one on impact. But
He's only made one death save, right?
so
Mhm.
we
He'll
have
make
a.
another.
I don't know that you would
he-
know.
He'll make another by the time we get there. It's
Yeah.
at least because it's like 60 feet back to the hole, a bit ish.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll get him before we.
Yeah.
You know, within the next 3, he has to have 3 fails. So as long as we don't deal damage, it'll take 3 turns, minimum.
Let's
So
roll
this
It's
is-
likely more than that. So we have time to get him in there and get him rebound.
I could give him literally 1 HP if we would like to do that.
Ooh, that would be perfect.
I would check all of your things to make sure that it doesn't say brings to consciousness.
I'm sure it
What do you
will.
mean?
1 HP is gonna bring it back.
There's
up.
a-
He's-
There's
thought
a difference between stabilize and like 1 HP. 1 HP is conscious usually.
yeah.
It
But if he
restores
heals
1
one
hit
hit
point
point-
and provides another. Yeah, it's good berry. It provides 1 hit point. That's all it says.
That wouldn't bring it back up though.
It provides nourishment and
that's,
can
but
sustain
he
him
would
for
be
an
at
8.
1.
You won't have to
We
eat
can't, there we go. Now we don't gotta be. So we good bury him. We immediately all 6 just unarmed
Yeah.
strike him, non-lethal damage, and
I mean, no,
one of the
I'll-
6 of us surely will hit him. We can incapacitate this man. We're fine.
Just-
Like we're overcomplicating it. We tie
Get
him
him in
up.
the
We put
hole.
him back in the thing. We seal it.
I want to sit on his chest, and as soon as he wakes up, just with my katana, be like, "Don't do it."
Okay, so all right, I've got you. So it does take a round for Demos and Randy for you to drag him to the thing, because there is 60 feet left. He does need to make 1 more save before you guys actually drop him. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh my god, same one. Man does not look good. Man looks like Aragon with the scar on his back. Who's gonna catch him?
I'll catch him since I'm giving him the berry.
Okay, go ahead.
Which
and
are
try
multiple
and-
tiny-
people catch him.
I mean, yeah,
Which are tiny mushrooms for flavor purpose.
Nice.
I
I
love
love that.
little
Good shroom.
chanterelles.
Good shroom.
Roll a 1d6
Oh, yeah.
to see if he has psychedelics or not.
All right, you guys all work together to kind of try to decide if I want to make y'all roll for this. I feel like the 3 of you together are, sufficient enough to lower him into the cart. He's a big thing. All right, so you good bury him. Randy, you already standing across, sitting on his chest. He does wake up upon receiving the 1 hit point or whatever. Very confused, actually. Obviously feeling like shit. I like to think the good berry, like, it may not heal his wound, but the blood, like, staunchly flowing from his back ceases. He does not look great. He looks at Randy, no expression on his face. He's just looking at Randy. He looks at the sword, he looks back at Randy. Goes like this.
Are his eyes normal again?
Yes.
Look down, and be like, "What in the world just happened to you? You are completely different. Whatever you are. 35 seconds ago, you were a monster."
Same old monsters. I was told it was time. By what the fucks, I don't know. I don't even how I got the fucking hears. Why'd you take me out of the fucking things?
Well,
You got a bit of a dark passenger there. You.
he gone, son.
Something hijacked your body. It didn't look too much on the celestial side of things.
So I'm looking for his insight.
Who do you work for? Not the Red Shipping Company.
Points.
Who do you work for?
I only work for coin.
Now he used a shieldish something earlier. When he was Spoopy guy, right?
He was harder to hit.
Said like, what?
He was harder to hit.
He was harder to hit.
He never
So it was
reactionary
from the possession,
cast.
but it wasn't a spell. I gotcha.
He
okay.
never reactionary cast anything now.
You had Eurasian wards around you. Something was piloting you. You
was
have
him.
no idea. Had any other weird occurrences of waking up and no memory like this?
Knows. Absolutely not. You can still see he is very puzzled at how he got where he is and why his back hurts so fucking bad. And you can see him like kind of very tentatively reach backwards to try to figure out what the fuck's going on back there. Looking at Randy like, don't do it. Or do it. I guess he would be like, dude, I dare you. But he just knows.
Well, Deimos will do a side eye to Zephyr, and does that sound like it sounds like something more in your wheelhouse than mine, if I'm being honest. You got any ideas?
I mean,
Sounds pretty demonic.
yeah, it does, but I mean, if he's clueless, I mean, there's not a whole lot we can really pull out of him right now.
No me gusta.
Doesn't sound like anything I'm familiar with, personally.
Randy. Make
Yep. Make a what?
a dex check.
Oh, fuck.
Check or
Yeah,
save?
someone needs to, one of you bugs needs to eat a seed.
Just
If
roll
he,
a
if he
flat
makes a
dex
run
check.
for it,
You have to roll really bad. Oh, hold on.
It's a 10.
Oh no, that meets. Oh,
Oh,
we're gonna roll it. We're gonna weigh in favor of the player. You barely, and I mean just barely, stop him from reaching out, grabbing your blade, like palms on the blade, and yanking your katana into his neck.
ooh,
I mean, like
Ooh.
the line is there. You just barely stop him from just getting himself.
well.
Why the gods do you
This
want
is-
to die so bad,
this-
you absolute idiot?
This is disgusting. I have been embarrassed twice by amateurs. Left stuffed in a fucking wardrobes. There is nothing left for me in my careers or in this life. I would rather perish than live with this shame.
Listen, man,
Drix
I know
looks
it's
up.
selfless, but come on.
Yeah, Drix looks up and he's like, "What do you mean amateurs?"
flips out the Mantis badge that we all have.
Act
FBI
like he's
on the
only
ground.
bounty hunter.
If there is something that I'm gonna find my Russian. If there is something really that is possessing me, this is not really my body anymore, so I do not wish to keep it.
Okay, like, I can understand that,
It's
but,
not that bad.
Vimak looks very
Two
confused.
polar opposite reactions. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I don't know what more we can pry out of him, but I don't want him to die yet. I feel like he's worth more alive than dead.
Would he be more likely to speak to a friend?
You gather this guy probably doesn't have many
Ooh.
friends.
well, no wonder, he's a loser.
That's what I was trying to be
But what
nice
if he
to
saw
him,
me as a
but,
man?
We killed what few friends he had, so
They were
Just seeing if I could try to charm him or not.
you have friends. That's a good idea. As far as I don't know if he won't be able to tell us
Charm is
anything he
not a-
doesn't already know.
Yeah, charm's not a bad idea either. I think it would do kind of the same thing, wouldn't it? If that's what he has.
I think charm is a spell, I think, but like friends and stuff cast charm. Or is
Can
it
I
the charm
ask
condition?
him if one of those contracts on his arm is the reason he's possessed?
No,
Mm.
those. I may not looks very smart, but I can read. There's not anything in there that's about long distance possessions.
Long distance,
I
so
don't
that
know,
means
but-
there's a short distance one?
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, obviously, have taken everything off of me. There's I don't
See,
have
you
anything
really
left
need it.
doing it. Don't have, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing on my persons that could be causing it. Maybe you all has it now.
Could there be somebody on the train controlling him?
I don't think this is local, but that's interesting thought.
I think there's something there he doesn't know is there, or the last contract he made is bad.
Maybe he signed a non-disclosure agreement.
If we can find a way to stop you from being possessed, would you not kill yourself and perhaps join us?
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Honestly, I did not see very many anyway. I saw very few ways that y'all would get him to join. And it's funny that we have arrived at you get it.
16.
You get advantage because your reason was very compelling. Like the thing you offered to him is very compelling. 16.
Sus. 16. Yep.
You really find out what happened to me, and I will definitely consider a partnership. You see his like eyes rolling in his head for a second. He says, "Assuming you don't hand me over to whoever the fuck he works for."
We don't have a very open
skillfully at the
relationship.
sending stone he's already used.
Yeah, he was awake for that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you even come out and told him. I think. So he didn't. Maybe he didn't.
Could I maybe do like a religion check to see if shit, I don't know, when he was possessed, if anything seemed familiar, the way I'll just say demon spoke, or how his body looked when he was possessed. I don't know if that was standard.
You can make a religion check. I think I would
Can
also
can I
throw
get
in
in on that?
Arcana.
I'm
Like you
proficient.
could do an Arcana or a religion for this kind of thing. For the thing y'all are particularly trying to discern.
It is a dirty 20 for religion.
30-20. Okay. Echo.
Dirty
Does
now.
Zephyr also
So,
roll a
yeah.
before we proceed?
We've already had 2, sorry. Bounded accuracy again. It's all about that bondage, man. So,
My Arcana and religion are equally fucked.
Echo, you
Damn.
I would say Echo that kind of being well read and well researched, not quite as academically as Demos, but you have read old mission dossiers of some things that past adventuring groups have done, or past groups like yourselves who worked for an organization, and you kind of gather that whatever was going on was very arcane, less so divine. And you would understand that generally only extremely powerful beings could grant anything like that from any kind of major distance. I think
All right.
I could shed upon that. I do think I think I will. You with a 20, I think you can safely rule out nothing to you seemed fiendish or angelic or demonic. I guess they're 3 separate things.
Okay.
Well,
I assume you relay that back to us.
Yeah. I would say out loud also for him to hear, so that maybe something could jog his memory.
Ritual and just get like a beat on this. Like if there's anything on him that's giving off a weird aura.
You said to take magic. You cut it out for a second as a ritual. Is that what I heard?
Yes, sir.
Or didn't hear, I guess. Sure. He is not carrying anything else that's magical. You don't get no items or anything like that. I don't think he's magical.
There's no like.
This key kind
So
of magic.
it picks up on magical effects. Like I can tell if something's been enchanted or something like that,
No,
or like if charmed or things like that. I don't get any beat on him.
Whatever had been put on him, it seems to be gone now.
Okay, Echo's try to sweet talk him a little bit. I'll add to it and say, the way whatever that was spoke at us, it sounds to me like it don't like us any more than it maybe don't like you. I don't know. I'd say at worst we have a common enemy, and that you don't want somebody taking over, and I certainly don't want whatever that is coming after me. But it sounded pretty mad. We might not be able to find out exactly what it is right this minute, but I got a good feeling we could find somebody who can.
I mean, I'd be interested, for reasons.
At this
If
point,
he's
he
still
does.
into being interrogated, I would ask if he ever noticed being possessed before. Is this the first time he's blacked out?
Yeah, he answered
Not from
earlier
a
because
drunken stupor. Okay, I
this is
missed
the
it.
first. Yeah, this is the first time that he has anything like this has really happened. Um, he does kind of, at some point, eventually, while I talk about this, kind of literally just starfishes in the floor and just starts staring at the ceiling while you guys are discussing his fate.
I'll stand up and sheath my katana.
No,
Tie
Drix,
him.
you can't eat him.
I say we tie him extensively. I mean, fucking full weird kink shit. Like, knots everywhere. Just
Maybe
really
Zephyr
tie
has
him
some
down.
ideas from some foreign films he's watched.
Maybe
Is
Zephyr
that
has a harness
necessary?
in his bag. I'm
Does
just
he-
saying, like,
Probably.
Because he kind of,
trust him.
I guess, agreed to
but
sort of work with us.
And for the record, that's what I was gonna drive at before we decided that we were gonna hand him over last session. Was I was gonna see if cutting him loose might earn us some good favor and a companion, or at least an acquaintance that won't try to kill us. It might be helpful later.
And as you guys are talking, he speaks up. He says, "We did kill at least 4 Orion employees on the way ins. They will be coming to search carts and questioning you soon. Allowing me to leave, so he wouldn't know this word, and I can't pronounce it either. My brain broke. It frees you from any. It frees you from any
Obligations?
Amnesty.
not obligations, but if he's gone, you genuinely don't know anything that happened. There's nothing that can get you in trouble. There's no evidence in your room, except maybe the
There's a
loot. y'all
giant
took.
blast hole in the roof.
Yeah.
Which we can blame on him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
hole in the
there was a stuff on the roof.
About the security of this car.
Yeah, we already complained about a broken roof door anyway.
And now a window has been shattered in our room under no stress or duration whatsoever. Yeah, I think we would deserve a refund on this particular voyage.
Yeah, I mean,
If this is how
Yeah,
Orion
this is
runs things, then
tomfoolery,
I'm more.
we cut him loose, and then one of us runs out, and we're like, "Oh my God, there's a crazy person in the car!" Busts out a bunch of windows,
Help,
blasted a hole in the roof, and disappeared.
So it sounds like we are going to let him go.
I don't think we should.
Mm,
Our job was just to
No.
protect Aaron. It wasn't to kill Vimak.
Yeah, but I feel like he's a. What do you call
Emos.
those?
He seems like he's prone to honor-bound promises. So I
Yeah,
feel like
most of us bounty hunters are.
right. We
Your
could
reputation,
probably take him at his word.
Demos. Roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh God, why do you do this? Is he gonna try to break out again? We should have knocked him out. 18.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, to
Okay.
verbalize, I did pick odd. I made you roll, and I picked this time. Okay. As Vimak just laying there, all of you talking heatedly about how this is going to work, you hear a knock, 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 knock. And then the of a door as a House Orient employee sticks his head in. I'm sorry to bother you.
We arcade locked those the first night. It should still be
You only
up 'cause
locked
I haven't
one of
dismissed it.
them. There's only yeah. So the only one that's locked is this one. Oh, let me think. It's this one.
I did both ends and the.
Because if you did both ends, then you would have 4 of them or 5 of them at one time.
I don't think
I don't
They're
know if
not
you have enough
concentration,
spell
they
slots.
just
I don't
last
know if you
until
have
they're
enough spell
dismissed.
slots to do that, do you?
Well, I did 2 of them on the first night. I thought I did the front 2 doors. Excuse me, the 2 doors on the ends on the first night. The second day, I think you're right. I think I did the door on the bedroom and that back door, but not the front
'cause you
car
had
door.
to choose. You did the door on the bedroom, and you chose one end of the train car.
Ooh, Damos should have locked every door. Damos mad.
He just in the
Vimak's
middle of.
on the floor.
Can
Yeah,
I reaction shoot an arrow at the opening door, next to it in the frame, yelling
Not
"Quick, get him!"
decent. Not decent.
And then y'all help him up and toss him out the window. I'm shooting an arrow to get the person open the door to pull back out of the door, and then they hear a commotion. Hey, quick, get him! He's
I'll
gonna
let-
get away.
Technically,
I'll assist you.
technically,
Just
yes. So if they're coming in through this, if they're coming in through this door, there's a wall blocking them from seeing. So we would hear that open, and then we could intercept them before they got a visual. Yeah, at this doorway.
Yeah, our most
What
charismatic
is-
motherfucker needs to go answer the door.
Let me look at y'all's passive perception really fast. I guess they're not hiding their approach.
Mine's 15.
Like the opening would be loud because we would hear the external
Didn't you
train
say
noise.
they
That's
knocked?
pretty noticeable.
I would have.
Yeah,
thought you
yeah,
said
they
that
knocked.
They did not, but they would have knocked on this door or whatever. But I agree with Joey. Y'all probably would have heard the sound of this door opening. Hadn't thought about that.
So
Y'all have
I'm not good at
approximately
deception.
6 seconds to figure out how you're going to deal with this door opening. And I'm-
Shoves Echo to the door, or not Echo. I'm sorry, Zephyr. Goddamn. Do your thing, pretty boy. And then
Drop some Riz on him.
frickin' Deimos will look at Echo and I'll leave it to you if you and Drix both see him. If y'all say he goes, I'll concur with you, but I'm uncertain
know.
on this one.
Hold on a second. While y'all are having this conversation, Zephyr, where do you greet? There's some minutia that needs to be decided here. Where do you greet these people coming in?
Can I do the classic where I kind of slide out the crack in the door and kind of, let the door be behind me on the other side, greet them on the outside of the.
You do manage to meet them in that space there, and not crack the door open too much. I'm glad you said that. I was, there wasn't much that could be talking if they opened that door and seen Vimak blood
I'm pretty
everywhere.
thin. I can slide through here.
You do manage to stop. You meet them in the room, the little side room there, and they say, "Oh, we're terribly sorry to bother you, sir, but there had been some maintenance requested in this car, and we were hoping to take a look around, and we were wondering if you had seen any of the workers that should be inhabiting y'all's section of the carts."
Yeah, we saw them earlier. They had to go get a special part, so they'll be back later.
Make a deception check.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on, Zephyr, come on.
All right.
Wild and unnecessary lie.
22.
Oh, so someone has already been to look at your issues in your cart.
Yeah,
it's already being
they're
worked
just
on?
having to get a part.
Oh, so is there anything else we can do for you? You don't need any further assistance?
No, that was actually it. It's been a fairly pleasant ride otherwise.
We're glad to hear that. Okay. You can tell that they look very nervous. They well, maybe not without a side check. I wouldn't tell you that. They seem a little nervous as they make their way back. You can tell that while they cannot tell you're lying, something isn't sitting right with them. Not particularly from your story.
Well,
They
that
do.
means we gotta hustle, guys.
You kind of
About as precious second, so
Yeah, you kind of get the idea. They feel like they've hidden something from you as they make their way back out to.
Well,
the other-
shit,
up the
before
other
they
car.
leave, can I ask if there's aught I could do for them? Being a courteous fella here.
No. Just we encourage everyone to stay in their cars at this time, and they kind of scurry out.
that makes
Before
me
they exit-
immediately want to leave the car.
You're not in there, Demos.
We're in the room. We hear them talking. Yeah.
No, y'all are in here. You guys. Now we can go back to what you were talking to Echo about, because they'll happen at the same time. Because they were in here.
But that was a longer than 6-second conversation. So, I'm just saying I was just trying to throw in a bit. It's fine. Are we letting them go? Echo and Drix, you two seem to be in favor. Zephyr.
I would
I'd
say
rather
you got
not.
five?
But I will go with the party.
Take a vote. Take a vote. Popular vote wins.
It's actually break time. Do y'all want to mull it over for 10 minutes?
I say,
Sure.
yeah, let's decide after break.
Cool.
Sounds like y'all better come decided. See y'all on team. Let's see. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming back.
We're
It's
back.
time to stop
We're back,
cutting wine with tea. We are. Yeah, we're back, baby. Everyone go watch the new season of Futurama. Support
still
our cult
good.
Futurama. Okay, we come back and I believe Demos and Echo, and I guess Zephyr as he re-enters the room after seemingly successfully deflecting the House Orient employees, are deciding what is to be done with Vimak Star Reaper. No one decided while they were gone.
I guess you guys are
I
still
say we let him
Deimos
go.
will refrain from voting unless, I'm a tiebreaker.
I'll look at it for a second, be like, I met your type. I know you don't like being beat. And honestly, I feel like you're kind of honor bound to stick to your word. So, I don't necessarily want to speak for my whole group, but I'm just gonna say, I think we're feeling like it's okay to cut you loose, but I definitely want to see you again. You can't just run off, disappear. Because you owe us a conversation.
I think it's a bad idea. I
Um,
still think he's gonna bolt and come back to bite us later.
I'm just trying to
It
figure
just
out.
depends on how dedicated he is into finishing his contract.
Well,
That's
and
true.
it all. If we let him go, I feel like we're presenting the opportunity for us to have a conflict of interest again in the future. Obviously, the kinds of people who are hiring him to do
The fairy.
Well,
while we might do sometimes, we do occasionally try to prevent.
I can't go back to the people that hired me to do this. At least I imagine it's not.
But there's other people that could, unsavory folk that would hire him, I would think.
Can't speak for jobs I might take in the futures, but definitely can't go back to thems.
We know of
Did you
a
just,
potential
could he just
other
say that,
employer.
like, I was just saying, couldn't he just say that, like, Aaron wasn't on the train? He took the job and he carried it out. It's not his fault he was working on faulty information. That happens to bounty hunters all the time.
There's also one that got away, so your story might conflict something if they've already reported back. You technically never did lay eyes on him, so you could say that and be free of any fear
We
of
kept
lying. Whether
We kept him hidden.
But just so we're clear here, the debate is whether or not to kill him or let him go.
I think it's whether or not to restrain him and give him to Sly or let him Sly or let him go.
My thought was to turn him in,
Yeah.
for a bonus, but I will defer to party decision. I would rather
So,
that than let him go and risk him becoming a pain in our ass in the future.
I know Drix wants to let him go. Zephyr, you said you wanted to let him go, right? Did I hear that?
No.
I think it's worth
No,
the
I
risk.
want to kick his ass.
I think it's worth the risk to have
Okay.
a powerful ally later.
All right, Echo. What do you think?
I say let him go. If he lives and gets through his mess on his own, then that's on him.
We can just take him out again if he comes back.
Remind him
I like
of
that
that, too.
attitude, Drix. Yeah, no, I like that. That's the attitude. I'm being honest.
I have
Say
only
turn him in, so
begun to become untethered in my rage.
Randy, you're the
I think that
tiebreaker.
makes Randy our tiebreaker.
Oh, jeez. All right, if I'm the tiebreaker,
No pressure.
Randy.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, I don't want you knowing where I live because I don't trust you that much. I want to see you 1 month from now on the Rock Brawl. You ask for a man named Sai. You'll know him when you see him probably. He's pretty famous. You let him know I sent you, and you hang tight with him until I show up. I want to know
There's
that I
going to
can
be a
trust you.
wrestling match.
You speak of the Blades. Irelius the Blades.
The one and only.
1 month's time. We will sit at his tables.
One extra stipulation. Anybody tries to give you a job or a contract to come find me, any of my friends, or anybody you think I care about, I will personally cut you in half. You understand?
You could just do it now, but fines.
Wait, is he saying that he's going to take a contract?
He just kind of means like, if you're gonna kill me, just fucking do it. He's just being a smartass.
Okay. And I would offer to give him back his main weapon.
The hand axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
As an act of good faith.
He does. Like, he looks at you for a second, like he doesn't really believe you. He slowly takes it from you and puts it into his sheath. He says, one of the talismans at the minimum I might need to get off of this trains.
Surely a trained warrior such as yourself. This is a little meta, but monks have something that protects them against fall damage. I forget what it is. I don't know if
It
it
is pretty
mitigates it or
meta.
if it cuts it by half or.
Make an insight check,
It-
please, Demos.
Bloop.
Have you studied the
Talking
monks?
about that big 11.
I don't think his deception is great. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, D Devin up here up top. No, yeah, he definitely doesn't actually need it to get off the train. You gather he's just fishing to get some stuff back.
These talismans do anything else besides the Featherfall spell?
No, mostly. They're what we described last session. One that does Featherfall, one that does Misty Step. Technically, you guys got two that does Featherfall, one that does Misty Step. I think one that does Teleport.
One that
There
does
was-
teleport?
I think so. Did I put the session notes?
What?
I don't think so. We said they were one use.
Yes. I thought I said I'll go back and re-listen to that tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Teleport Talisman's listed in my session notes.
I don't
Shit,
remember,
alright.
But cool.
Yeah, that was the big, like, got to get everybody out at once, but they came in separated, so... I was going to say, okay. He takes the hand axe back. He agrees. He tells Randy, tells all of you, I guess, I will be at the rocks at Xeno Terminations. 1 month.
Before you go, it's a Goliath. He doesn't have hair, does he?
Mm-hmm.
I get like a useless part of his clothes. That sounds a little weird. I'm trying to get something to, like for in the future when we have
I
scry.
should have talked about the Bible earlier because all I could think of was Saul cutting off the guy's end of his cloak. First thing I thought of. But you,
Not understand that reference, but all right.
Cutting off Samus's
My heathen
hair.
ass.
it's like a parable. Like this guy who was being hunted to be killed went and hid in a cave, and the king hunting him came in the cave and didn't see him, and so the guy come up and cut a piece of his cloak, and then he come back to the king later and said, "I could have killed you and didn't." And that's kind of, I don't even remember the moral of the story, but
So the king failed his perception check. Saul passed his stealth check, and then used it to successfully persuade the king
I could
to
have
not
killed
be
you
a
and
dick
didn't.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got
That's pretty
advantage on his
baller.
perception check. Yeah.
That was the.
Well, I'm gonna take a metal ring, a bit of leather, just
Oh.
some part of him to where I can scry on him in the future. When I
Yeah,
have
tell
that
him this.
spell.
When you do this.
Oh no, not tell him. No. I will do it, but I'm gonna
lay
snip a bit
hands
off.
on him. You lay hands on him, and he spins him. He doesn't draw his axe. Spins immediately, and I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh,
I was
boy.
gonna ask, the talismans wouldn't work for that,
Or the blood in the cart. Stab some of that up
and
in a
you've
rag.
met them before.
The talus, I don't know if magic items would work as much, but if you have a belonging of theirs, it's worth get a
Plus
much
5.
better check to it. 17.
I'm gonna roll this. Did it roll? Oof.
Roll.
He doesn't. You don't take any damage. But in very monk-like fashion, he feels you just begin to touch him, and he immediately spins, grabs your wrist, yanks your wrist, and sweeps your feet out from under you with the other foot, and like plants you. So, the fucks. Thought
We
just
need something
established
of
we're supposed
yours.
Go
We
on.
need something of yours to have in good faith. We're letting you go with very little promise of return. If you do end up going after someone, like Randy had mentioned, we want to have insurance that we can handle that issue if it arises.
I've done this before. So he reaches up. You watch him stick his thumb in his mouth and kind of take a second, and he tears his thumbnail off with his teeth.
Ooh.
Spits it into his hand and holds it out to you.
disgusting. Deimos does not take it. Deimos.
I imagine Drix is sniffing it appetizingly, or Cordo.
Oh yeah, Drix takes it up. Cordo thought that was cool as shit.
Deimos cast prestidigitation like 7 times, like just.
Yeah, this isn't the first time he's done this. Is in one of his little side pouches, he takes like a wrap out and like wraps his thumb up.
Let's go, man. That was hardcore, dude.
That's pretty hardcore. No, I concur 100%.
He says that will help you seize me's and contact me's better than most things.
See, he seems pretty forthcoming.
Yeah. Hey, you take care of those spores now. You hear?
Excuse me.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's probably nothing.
He doesn't really know what spores are, so he's going to kind of make his way gingerly to the roof square. He's going to make his escape that way, if no one else has anything for him. Okay, sounds like
Deimos has nightmares about the fucking thumbnail. Like God. Like I can't even stand like the sound of people like filing their nails, like just because no, not about it.
It's a quick body part to hand off to people if you have a pain tolerance of 12 out of 10.
Yeah, dude. I thought he was gonna tear one of his teeth out for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
I did too. I got
It's
nervous.
not a bad idea either. At least the thumbnail regrows.
Yeah, I was like, if he takes
right.
a tooth out, this dude's tough.
That's some Goldbrand
That's
shit.
the man
dude.
for a button, and he fucking went hard.
The whole time I'm just standing there like, his blood's all over my pants. You could have just taken any of it.
Okay.
I'm sure that'll grow back in his next molt, right?
Sorry, I like that. Sorry, reading down molt. It's canon. Vimak makes his way. Vimak makes his escape. I would say at some point, maybe not long after he leaves, or maybe right before he leaves. I like to imagine there's almost like there's not an intercom system as so much as there is probably someone on the train with the ability to broadcast their voice to the carts magically. And there is a brief announcement where all patrons are encouraged to stay in their carts and to close their doors. That there has been a minor emergency that will not affect the next stop, which is coming up in the next couple of minutes. But everyone is encouraged to stay still for the time being.
Boy.
That makes me not want to stay still. So should we investigate this, guys?
Yes.
I would say, Drix, you put together pretty quickly. They're still trying to figure out where the fuck those 4 people went that Vimak killed. They are trying to figure out if there's a threat on the train. So now they've cautioned everybody.
Does anybody
to
who's
go in.
particularly persuasive want to run out like their hair's on fire, screaming at the bartender on this other end and say, "Oh my God, a crazy man attacked our cart. He jumped out the roof and escaped."
Yeah. Which is true. Vimak just escaped. So.
Shattered our window that we totally didn't break.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he did that.
And
The
should
big,
not be
the big scary
charged
man.
for it.
I was gonna throw you under the bus earlier when you were talking about the lock. I was like, he was trying to practice a magic trick and he messed it up. He's embarrassed. But I didn't do that. Yeah, there you go. Get somebody to
Take
come
it
in,
now.
take a look at all the damage, be like, he escaped. I don't know where he's at. I think he's long gone.
Yes, we probably can honestly say we saw him. He burst out of our wardrobe, shattered through the window, and ran off into the day, whatever we're at.
The sunrise.
It is morning. You were coming up on the morning stop.
Naruto ran across the top of the train. It was pretty baller.
It's true. Okay.
Alright, Zephyr. Come on. Do
Yeah.
Zephyr stuff.
Who you sending out to
Do
start?
I have to
the
deceive again? Since like I had literally just told them it was okay. Are they gonna even believe me?
Okay.
Well, you said that before the man burst from our wardrobe.
True. He was in the
Yeah,
wardrobe the whole
now
time. He
it's not
couldn't have
okay.
known. It's like he heard the person come in, freaked out because he thought somebody was looking for him, busted out moments
We are-
later, and jumped out the
I
window.
just really feel like I'm gonna be suspicious.
If you want me
We
to
are
do
guests
it,
on this train.
I don't have good persuasion. I have
Also,
good deception. If you want me to do that.
Don't be suspicious.
So
Don't
had,
be suspicious.
I have that
We're
scroll
gonna
of
tell him.
lesser
He also
invisibility.
stole. Well, we're talking to him, so we won't want him to be invisible.
He stole what now?
Deimos does want to say, maybe we should tell him they stole like 500 gold pieces from, I know, I think something that we had in the wardrobe, and see if they'll reimburse us. Pay us for our silence.
And a top shelf bottle of sake.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, don't say sake to me. I haven't had sake in so long. Oh, I hate you. Oh my God, I want sake. Mantis, you sons of bitches. Who's kicking off your bit?
I mean, I guess I can.
You know it.
Nobody else gonna volunteer. I'll run out towards the bartender and let him know what's up.
Okay, so
Bartender would trust you. You've been tipping him well all night.
response is quick, considering they've been trying to figure out why these people are missing, et cetera, et cetera. There are what seem to be, I don't want to say higher ranking, it's not like they're military, but higher ranking employees. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 people that kind of come very quickly after the bartender seems to alert them with maybe a talisman. I like to think he has a button, but maybe it's more of a talisman in this kind of setting. Has a way to alert people of what you've said, and then they all come and follow you back into your cart to see the hole in the ceiling, the door ripped up. Zephyr, odd or even?
Oh.
Did you say odd?
Yep, always odd.
The 2. One of the people that come is a person you talked to earlier.
Yes.
And they all come in follow Randy into the room, and Zephyr, you probably immediately you two make eye contact as they look around the room and see the not water on the floor anymore, but the hole in the ceiling, the somewhat damaged roof latch. Is Randy? What's your story? The stuff y'all were just going, give me the highlights of what you tell them.
All right. We reported an issue with the ceiling earlier. I don't know what was up with that latch. It's kind of crazy. Somebody came and checked on us, and this fella, right after they left, came busting out of this wardrobe. You can see it's all torn to bits. And I gesture at the wardrobe. I'm like, he came at us. We're kind of adventurers, so we tried to fight him off a little bit. He did a little bit of damage on the way out, jumped out the window, ran across the roof. He's so fast, we couldn't really keep up with him too well. It's crazy. I'm a little bit shaken up. I feel like we were maybe, I don't know how long they were spying on us or what was going on there.
We're very upset.
I got a sneaking suspicion they snuck in when I wasn't paying attention earlier, having a drink at the bar. That's why I went and told the barkeep. I knew he was right out there, and he was the closest one to me.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Go ahead and make. I guess it's the same for you, isn't it? Deception or perception. Go ahead and make the deception check since y'all are kind of trying to hide what happened. I'm going to lower the DC for y'all's well thought out.
It's 23.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone seems very earnest. You can see one person kind of standing in the back who looks mildly confused, but everyone else is very earnest, very much like, "Oh my gosh, we're so sorry about this," et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You get a lot of the apologies again, offers for comping things, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we'll have someone in here momentarily to fix your door, and we'll have someone in the next stop to fix your door and check on fix the damages to your cart and things of that nature, to evaluate the damage. And of course, we'll alert the Breedlish authorities so that you can give your statements when we arrive.
Boy.
Honestly, the thing I'm most concerned about is making sure I get where I'm trying to go safe. I feel like we're pretty stout, but that guy was on a different level. He scared the heck out of me, and I feel pretty tough. So I appreciate the compensation, but I just want to make sure we're gonna make it from A to B.
Of course. But it will be supremely helpful to House Orion if you guys could give a statement, so that we can corroborate stories and make sure that we catch whoever did this. This is a severe breach of security. You can tell they're a couple of them are kind of wringing their hands. There's the one that looks perhaps not, but
Well, as long as it's not going to take a crazy long time, we have a specific timeline, a destination we got to get to, and if we're late, me and my friends, I think we're in trouble. So,
Yeah, we kind of flash our contract tattoos to her.
I see. You're good. Very interesting. They need to apologize profusely before backing out of the room. And it's not, I mean, I said a minute ago, y'all were a couple minutes from the next stop. It's not maybe 15 minutes later that the lightning rail does come to a stop. The door is knocked on again, and a couple of people enter. You're familiar, well, a person you've seen before, not the skeptical one. And two people you're not familiar with. The two people you're not familiar with pretty much immediately go about repairing the window, using spells like mending and things like that to repair the window, repair the trap door. There may be some actual part exchange that has to happen to get the lock on the door replaced, etc., etc. They begin about that immediately. And then the person y'all have seen before, but you guys, maybe a customer rep, yada yada yada. Minutia. He asks you. He says, "Well, I'm terribly sorry about these damages. Your ride. We will refund you the full cost of your ride, which y'all didn't pay for, but that's okay. I guess sounds like y'all are gonna get the gold for it anyway.
We don't have to let them know about that.
100%.
Also, it appears the bandit stole our entire cheese wheel, so we need that replaced as soon as possible.
The cheese wheel bandit.
How much longer are you all riding with us? I would be very happy to have a full meal provided."
I think it's just to the end of the day, right? I'm asking you.
Thanks.
I think tomorrow's the day, yeah?
Oh,
I said 2 days. So.
It's a 2-day trip, so I just assumed it was the day we got on, and then overnight, and then the next day we would arrive at some point. But
yeah, maybe this evening.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
relay that.
She tells you guys. She says, "Well, it's wonderful. I can have a meal sent up for supper before we arrive to the second, to the second stop. The Brelish authorities would like to speak with you all. Can I let them in?"
Can you give us just a moment? We just we need to make sure we need to thoroughly check our stuff, make sure nothing else was stolen. You understand?
Okay. Absolutely, sir. She leaves. The two guys working on the cart are still working on the cart.
Deimos will sort of get the guys to huddle in the bedroom then. Just in
It's two workers.
Let's all six inconspicuously go in here. You don't know our life.
We all
We
have to use the bathroom.
They just hear one of you go purple taint, and then they'll file in this room.
We are incredibly codependent.
No one, actually,
At least we don't
no
all
one's
sleep in the
Zephyr's
same
skin
bed.
color. They might know exactly who we're talking about. Anyway, we all go in. I whisper to them. All right, so I say that we do give a statement, but we keep it strictly to the facts. That we think that Vimak. We don't say Vimak, obviously. We think that the intruder busted in through the ceiling door. We found him later when he burst from the wardrobe and proceeded to attack us. We tried to stop him, but he burst out the window and made his way off the train. This way we're keeping to literal information and not having to deceive as much.
Do we want to go as far as to say that there is another person in our cart? Because if they want to come investigate that far, they might find him and explain that the reason we got to get to our destination is because he has somewhere important to be. And we have suspicions the intruder might have been inquiring about him as well.
I was wondering, I'm trying to decide
We
if
have
it's
a
giving
VIP.
away too much. Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's giving away too much information to House Orion that there is a unexpected VIP that, isn't technically a part of this cart, but
So
I would
keep in mind
say if they find him,
well,
we
they
would just
did.
claim, yeah, we're hired bodyguards.
Oh fuck! I dropped the metal dice. I will point out too, you're not giving information to House Orion, the Brelish authorities, the Dark Lanterns. are coming to.
It's the other spy organization. Ooh.
If they finished that fucking Decandith investigation yet.
This is like a day away, so not the Sharn Dark Lanterns, but
Oh, they're the same, right? Same organization,
Lantern-
different parts
It's
of the
a
world.
national corps, different branches. Yeah.
Can we ask Aaron if he's hiding from the British police?
Aaron. So when y'all come in there, he's like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Y'all can see that liquor bottle he had now empty, half filled with piss.
Gross.
So
Gross.
he kind of looks wild-eyed as you guys come in. You know, wasn't expecting y'all to walk in. Looks a little afraid for a second. See, here's you guys talking. He's trying to piece together all the shit that's happened while y'all have been outside. If you ask him, he says, "I'm not hiding. Yes, I'm hiding from them very much."
Oh fuck.
Layman's tiny hut.
Okay.
Or you could do invisibility on him with the scroll if you want.
Yeah.
I really had to-
shorter
sorry.
than that.
I had to go real hard.
They
deep
might
into
also.
his stuff to realize that.
I had an idea of how to hide the entrance to the tiny hut. Oh no, once you're in it, me and him would have to be in it though. I would have to be with him. Maybe
You're
I
in
give a
the-
statement
you're in the
first
bathroom.
and run back to. I've got terrible bowel distress.
I guess we could always ask if they were willing to talk outside, because we're at a stop, right? I guess we could ask if they'd be willing to talk outside of the train.
I could go give my statement first. You five could keep an eye on him here. Come back in. I go into the bathroom, cast Leomund's tiny hut. He follows me in, goes in. We leave when we stay up there for up to 8 hours if we need to, and
Could he just hide under the bed, too?
part of me was considering putting the entrance under the bed, but I feel like they're gonna sweep the place with like a detect magic, and so I want to try to get like a bathroom that's several cars down the line and pop it in there.
We
I
also
thought they
know,
were just trying to get a statement.
well, we know from our past encounters with them that they
Well, they're-
at least can hide pretty well. They might have the ability to be invisible.
They might be just getting a statement, but I feel like part of that's going to be investigating the scene.
Right.
Better safe than sorry.
I think we should probably. Well, is he still disguised though? I mean, I guess they would see.
Technically,
through it.
we have both of the hats right now.
It's considered a
Yeah.
magical item, so
It
it
would
would
be-
also.
Make him wear the hat when he leaves this cart. This way he is in his alias persona thing.
At minimum, for sure.
Okay, Mantis. Where would you like to speak with the Dark Lanterns?
The station.
Yeah, just
Okay.
outside the cart. Like, I don't want to go
If you-
like into an office or anything, but I'm just outside the train for sure.
You expressed that y'all would like to be taken to them, and so the attendant does lead you guys off of out the door, onto the platform, where you guys are met pretty quickly by. I guess they're not all dressed like Sly, but they are kind of dressed similarly to the people you guys saw at the Kenneth Research Facility. And they all kind of give you a curt nod. They say, when y'all are greeted, they say we're told that you guys were attacked along the way. That is exceptionally unfortunate. I'm glad you all came out of it unharmed. So, can you tell us a little bit about what happened? Or do y'all want to tell me what you say, or do you want to stick with kind of the stuff you've already told House Orion? I won't make y'all repeat.
Depends on if somebody else
Yeah,
wants to speak. I'm sticking with what I said.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys
feel
give
like-
them the
yeah.
same. You guys give them the same story you gave House Orion, and they kind of nod. And, there's one of them at least is taking notes, etc. And one of them asks, "Well, what is your business on the Lightning Rail? Where are you headed? What are you doing?"
We are adventuring types. We occasionally take on contracts. We have business in the next city over, or whatever the. I don't want to specify a city, but
Are
a
y'all
few
currently
stops
working
down
a
the line.
contract?
Indeed. And
Okay,
due to the
what?
terms of that contract, I'm afraid I can't really expand on that.
Do you believe that this
You understand, of course.
do you believe that this attack could be related to the contract you currently work?
I don't think we should tell them yes.
I think we should tell him we can't rule it out. But
There's always the possibility that bounty hunters have been hired to slow our progress, but we can't
Bounty
say
hunters?
for certain. I assume
Why
that
would a bounty
whoever
hunter be
broke
trying
in-
to stop you?
Well, I don't know if he was trying to stop us at all. I was saying it's always a possibility. I think he may have picked our cart because it was easy to access. We didn't.
What makes you certain he's a bounty hunter? I guess y'all would have described him, how he looked.
But he was an adventuring type. I assume that he wasn't there just to rob the train because he didn't hold us at
He had his contracts visible
fist point.
on
But
his
I guess y'all
arm.
described him. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. It is okay with you guys if we do a sweep of the cart, magical detection and things like that.
Where's your restroom? I quite need to. Oh, in fact, I need to get some of my medication. I'll be right back. Tries to zip off to the cart and
Make.
hide away with fucking Aaron. I
Hmm.
did leave a potion of healing in the cart, so there is medication that I do need to get.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. It's not really a deception check, but you did just. They asked if they could look at the cart, and you hurried off to get there first.
as he scoots off, I think I'll give him like a couple second lead, and then I'll probably just lean in and say, "Yeah, now we're a little shook up. I don't personally mind you digging around the cart way too much, but I also know, I've been around your type a little bit in the past. I don't want you destroying my stuff. Really, we would just like to gather our belongings a little bit and make sure that we're feeling okay. Otherwise, I don't care. Look for anything magic you want. I got magic stuff on me. You'll probably find some things in there, but I'd prefer to get my belongings before you dig too deep, if you don't mind."
We're not going to touch anything, sir. Me and my friend here, he gestures to someone y'all probably pretty quickly figure as a mage. Just need to walk through.
Yeah.
They begin to follow Demos.
Deimos is gonna prestidigitate the smell of farts just in the room ambient, so they.
I was gonna say, right as they get to our VIP card, I'm going to minor illusion, like a woman screaming from like a card or two back the other way, if I can. I don't know the range. Let me
And
see.
I'm going to.
30 feet.
God, we are agents of chaos.
Demos, I'm sorry, Echo, I think I need you to make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Why am I picturing these motherfuckers like Diley agents? I wasn't here in the episode you described them, but that's the visual I've got.
While that's happening, can
Come
I quickly
on.
telepathically
Hell
shoot over to
yes.
Deimos and say, "You might want to throw an arcane lock on their door to buy you a little bit of time"?
That's a 23 on the sleight of hand.
Damn. Okay. No one.
Deimos
Catches
is
you.
like, I have one third level spell left, and that's it. Oh, and a couple of level 1, but
Everybody, Mantis included, except for Echo, is extremely startled to hear a blood-curdling, high-pitched scream come from a couple of carts over.
Pull my katana.
Zephyr.
The lanterns, House Ori, and everybody dashes up that direction. Oh wow. Okay, that was a clutch Echo. Okay, so y'all have a handful of seconds, maybe a minute, maybe. I need you guys to tell me everything you do to prepare the room before they come back to walk through it, or whatever y'all.
I think
Deimos
it's all up
and
to him.
What if we just take him
Deimos
to
and
a
Aaron.
different part?
Yeah, get him out of the cart. I say that.
My thought. Yeah, I'll take him down several carts and throw up a Lehman's tiny hut in the back.
Oh, Nova.
That sounds like a euphemism for like taking a shit or something. Gonna drop a hut, but like.
Well,
Tiny
I'd be worried that they would detect your magic. I think we may be able to just get away with hiding without magical means.
Detect magic has a pretty narrow radius. I think it's only like 30 foot So unless they're doing a sweep of the full train,
But they
which I
didn't
guess they very well
specify.
could.
They did say they wanted to check your cart.
Okay.
And then Deimos can go into a bathroom in a different cart.
Yeah.
Prestidigitate
Deimos is
them
gonna try
the
to-
fart noises.
Deimos is going to try to do the ritual for Leoman's tiny hut, but if he hears them coming, he'll pop the last spell slot on it. Because it's a 3rd level.
Anything else? Okay. You were bought just enough time, Demos, to purple tank run in there, grab
Yeah.
Aaron, run back out, and you go, like you said, a couple of carts down. You find a bathroom, like is in the one with compartments, and you kind of pull him in the bathroom, and he can see he's wild-eyed. He looks pretty afraid. That's your kind of sudden rush, but Echo's illusion, you can see the House Orion reps and the Dark Lanterns coming back up, looking a little disgruntled, very confused, looking mildly suspicious, but obvious. It's kind of obvious they're trying not to be suspicious at you guys. They obviously didn't turn anything up from that scream, so they're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. They do they do come into the cart, and the mage casts a spell. Most of you have seen Devos cast Detect Magic. And he strolls from one end to the cart to the other. And the mage is casting the spell, turns and kind of looks over you all, and he says, "What's behind that door?" He points to the bedroom door.
My nudie mags.
To clarify, he took him out of the room to cast a spell, right?
Please don't.
Yeah, the
please
room's
persist,
empty.
though. The room is empty. The arcane
Oh.
locks are still running.
It's not. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the hut being in there. That's not in there, right?
No, he wants to
the
know.
hut's in several cars down. You're good.
It is.
That's
He
where the
wants to
bed
know
is.
what's on- You guys magically lock the bedroom?
Don't you?
You have to imagine.
Hey, look.
Throw
man,
that a
this is
sock
crazy
on the
stuff,
fucking
and I
doorknob.
didn't want anyone walking in.
I'm thinking if you want
See,
to get a
that's,
good night's sleep and you want to feel good about it, then you got a mage. You make sure you get a good night's sleep. That's just me.
All right. What's up with the other two doors then? Y'all have this place locked down tighter than quite a few things. That's just looking for a little
Sir,
clarity.
we had somebody rip open.
You're not there.
I'm not here. Yeah, I will telepathically message for no reason in particular. We had our door. We had the door to our cart ripped open suspiciously. We had reason to believe that we had been infiltrated. We were locking down shit.
You do not.
We
You're not
placed
there. You
them
don't even know
after
when to
the
respond.
We placed them after the intrusion.
Place
We
them
weren't
after
sure
the
if we were
intrusion.
safe.
That is partially true and partially a lie. Roll a deception or persuasion check. You're half lying and half not.
I believe in you, Echo.
Why can't I see your rolls? Show me Echo's rolls.
I did not.
D&D Beyond.
It was a
Don't look at
nat
it.
1 on
Don't-
deception for a total of 5.
Good
Oh,
lord.
no.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Oh no. So
That
the
was
mage who's
wait,
kind
so
of
it's partially true. Can he have advantage?
he got to pick a
Let's-
deception or persuasion. The mage who is doing the detect magic kind of squints at you a little bit. And he says, "We understand you guys are not at liberty to tell us everything that you could." And he kind of gestures to those of you who have visible ink, the contracts. But if this train is in danger, or if someone on this train is in danger, it would be very prudent to let us know. Otherwise, there could be more investigations coming to. I believe none of you introduced yourselves. I guess giving statement, you would have to give your names.
My name's Buck Ramble.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Rusty Shackleford.
We told you the
Rusty
danger jumped out the window.
Yeah, and we did describe him. I'll reiterate that. Like, hey, listen, what we told you what the fellow looked like. You can check the whole train. You can check the roof. He's faster than anybody I ever met, and I'm pretty sure he's long gone.
Bathroom. You are in the bathroom. They say, we will be in touch. They kind of look around. I'm going to assume they got your names, even if y'all give them fake names. You know, when you give a statement, you got to give your name or whatever. Um, so you know, y'all post in chat your fake name if you used one. Y'all can retroactively do that if you want, because I forgot.
I would give them my real name and definitely flash my dragon mark.
Oh, that might make things worse or better.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, worse or better. That just confirms to them
Thanks.
y'all are up some sneaky shit.
Roll
Uh,
for
Yeah,
Dragon
but,
Mark
like-
ally or enemy.
I don't know, like I'm on
Depends on how
important business kind of thing.
But no, I see what
Like-
you're saying. Like, you don't want, you know, if I'm working for House Thorani, you don't want to fuck with whatever I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like official
Okay.
police business kind of, except, not
I mean,
police.
well, kind of the idea of Thorani is that they would loan people out to different organizations, but that still does kind of give you a, you know, you're a freelance spy for the freelance organization, so it doesn't matter who you might be working for at the time, like, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, interesting. They tell you that they will reach back out to you later. You are asked where the best place to reach you is.
Your mother's house.
Oh!
Not really, no. I couldn't resist.
Give them the address of the
Oh.
Sharn barn.
I was about to say, would we give them
I was
address?
thinking the Diamond Theater. Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad call.
But would that be giving up too much information if we say here's our employer?
I
Um,
don't think any worse than what I accidentally did.
you know what? Oh, well, I'm not there.
Mm-mm. Go tell them the Diamond Theater.
I think it's what we're gonna go
Amos
with.
again with a random message for no certain reason. Just tell them Moorgrave.
I only heard the Diamond Theater from people who are there, so they are told that you could be found at the Diamond Theater. Maybe that will work out in your favor, maybe not. Guess it depends on how Sly feels about Dark Lantern showing up at his doorstep. And they leave. You guys are left alone. Your cart is repaired, and you make the rest of your journey uneventfully. Aaron, who is, by the time this is all over, by the time a Mantis member comes to fetch Demos out of the bathroom and tell him that all is clear, Aaron is shaking. Very frazzled. Looks like he'll be really happy to get off this fucking train. You redisguise him, bring him back to the Kajigger cart. And you guys speak now or forever hold your peace if you want to talk to each other or Aaron about anything, as we will move to the...
We got him back in the private cart. I'll kick back on the couch and say, brother, I think that you still owe me a conversation. You can do it out loud or we can take it in the bedroom. I don't care.
You propositioned me? I'm a little old for that, son.
I ain't too
I
worried
got
about
that
that, but
complaint.
we'll see where it goes.
He says, what did you want to talk about?
I just want to talk about why it is that you're so dang important to all these people. You got somebody shipping you from A to B, you got somebody wanting to kill you or take you to keep you quiet. It seems to me like there's something real important about you. And I'm
Hiding
mighty
from the
curious to figure it out.
police.
I'm hiding from the police with more police. Yeah, who told you I was important?
Well, you did about 3 shots into that bottle you had at the bar the other night.
He didn't.
And that you were.
He didn't imply he thought he was important. He implied that.
Feel your
What did he say? He said the more that you help. I guess he was talking about Breland. The more you help them, the worse they treat you. Is kind of what he had said.
He talked about that, and he talked about he
said
reached
he'd
out
seen
to
some
our
shit.
organization to
Yeah.
get transported safely. I just want to know why.
yeah, either
Like, why did you reach out to get transported? Why do you need to get moved?
The Eyes are the richest and usually most influential organization. They can they will have the most resources for me to maybe make amends for things I've done in the past.
Is this related to auto gnomes?
I certainly hope not.
Do you know how to make
I don't
auto
know.
gnomes?
No. At least I hope not. I know. I know how the Warforged were given their sentience. I made it happen, actually. Let me process this real quick. My grandfather. There's a lot of Eberron lore that kind of gets dumped right here. I'll come out of character in a second. My father appropriated that discovery from me. He kind of gets quiet. The less you know about it, the safer you are. The eyes know more about it than I would care to admit, which is why the lanterns know much more about it than I would care to admit. In fact, they hold some pieces to that puzzle, which is terrifying in enough of itself. But I'm hoping the eyes can help me level the playing field.
Wait, just a moment. You are Thiles Decanus' child?
He is Thiles' father. His grandfather. Now let me do that Eberron lore dump.
Wait, he's the guy we're talking to is Thiles' father.
Yes, Thiles and
he just
Merrick.
said his father took his. He just said his father took credit for the autognome.
Yes. So there is Merrick's senior and Merrick's junior. Aaron is a character I have made, but in actual Eberron canon, there's Merrick's senior and Merrick's junior. Maybe Aaron's not someone I made. So long story short, Merrick's that y'all know of that runs Kenneth South, the young Merrick's Jr. His grandfather is credited, Merrick Sr. is credited for having given Warforge sentience. This was 80-ish years ago. I don't think in Raw Eberron, I don't think Merrick Sr. is still alive. But he is the person who made Warforge what they are. But actually, you guys have just learned that Aaron, Merrick's Senior's son, Merrick's Junior's dad, was the one that discovered that. But Merrick Sr. appropriated that and took the glory for that or whatever. And now you gather that may be a big reason why Aaron has been excommunicated. So it is kind of weird because there are multiple Merrickses, but the Merricks who is
what's weird is that they're a junior. What's weird is that they're a junior senior, even though there's a generation between. It should be a first in this.
I did that to try to help you guys. They're not actually called that. The Grandpa Merrick's is called Merrick's the Elder in canon.
I see. So you, as an aberrant dragon marked, did something.
No,
that
he's House Cannith. He has Cannith dragon marks.
Isn't it an aberrant dragon?
His is not. No. His looks like Vera's, which is a Decannith dragon mark.
I wrote down aberrant in my notes last week, but maybe I thought you said Thora because she has the aberrant mark.
Fair enough. They sound the same. Anyway, he says, who's gonna tell you anything else?
Is your dragon mark more potent than your father or son's? I understand that they can be improved upon.
They can, but as for no, the short answer is no. You can tell he's extremely hesitant. He really does not want to dive into anything about how this actually happened. He says, I pioneered a discovery that led to Warforged sentience. The less you know, the better.
I tend to be
it is
the
not a
opposite
light
school
version.
of thought on there.
You can see him shaking his head like he begins to look more afraid. He says, just talking about it could be dangerous for all of us. We don't want to draw attention.
I'm good with dropping it.
dropped a hut in the bathroom. I could drop another one here if I need to.
He says there are things, items left behind on Zendrix with power we could not fathom. The power to do things that we should not touch. The giants learned long ago they should not touch. I am going to the Eyes to tell them everything I know about all of this. The Warforged sentience, the pieces, and hope that they have enough pieces to help me put together what could be going on. He's the autonomes. They drove me to go do this. They, if Thiles has discovered anything like what I discovered with the Warforged, the world is in danger.
So, that's what you meant when you said you wanted to level the playing field.
It's possible he has discovered a way that doesn't involve pieces. But if he has, we need to get them away from him as soon as possible. For his safety as much as everyone else's.
I reckon that's what makes you important. We got to the root of it one way or another.
And shakes his head. You can tell y'all are not dragging him through his feelings for lack of. Yeah, he is kind of in his feelings. He expresses, he gets really sad, and he says sometimes I feel like the morning would never have happened if it wasn't for me. That doesn't feel very.
Keep saying you. It's funny. He keeps saying the less you know, the better, and then telling us more info.
He's staying vague about the parts that he feels is crucial. I've been dropping some hints for Joey and Brandon, but it's been a long time. I don't know if they've really collected.
Hey, that's a lot for one man to put on his own shoulders. Don't blame yourself, but make sure we get you there either way.
I can't remember. Was it in session or in Discord chat about giving him a way to contact us if he does get in trouble?
Y'all haven't spoke to him about that. That was in Discord chat.
Okay.
I don't know if we have a way to do that.
Sending stuff?
Our address, but
He says, I have.
we don't
I
have two
met
stairs
you.
on us, do we?
I have met you all. I can reach out to you if I wish. You don't work on Warforged for most of your lifetime without becoming a skilled wizard.
I would say artificer, but all right.
What a jerk.
Same thing? Question mark?
No, technically, no. Technically, artificers create magic items, whereas
Artificer's
wizards
a
have their
wizard
own magic.
subclass.
In some, I think there's actually its own standalone class.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, maybe you're right.
That was
I think
originally
it used to be
introduced
in like
in
3.5 or.
I think
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Okay. Very well. He's a magical mechanic, then he's not a wizard.
I met a gentleman on the rock that didn't talk quite as pretty as you, but was a hell of a tinkerer himself. He actually made that leg, or he fixed
Tink tink.
Zephyr's leg.
Yes, I've
Fixed
seen
it.
that. It's very unnerving.
How do you
Why
think
do you
I
say
feel?
that?
Damn.
No, nothing. He kind of holds it. Nothing against you.
No.
It is does it not look unnatural? Have you all ever seen a substance like that? He's talking about the metal.
in my nightmares.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You all work for the Eyes. I would be interested in pursuing. If you all need my assistance, I'd be glad to provide it. You've all went above and beyond to protect me here today. Okay. Anybody have
Keep that in
anything else
mind.
before we go to the handoff?
Let's do it.
Cool. You guys do arrive at Starless Cure, which is, as I mentioned before, kind of at the edge of Breelish, and I think they have to go through Karnath before they get the Undair. But the important thing is the job we're hired to do is get him out of Breelish territory. So this is kind of on the border, and you guys, at least I think, I didn't check the map, but it is now. You guys,
Still have-
anyway.
Can you
Good.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, my mic wasn't working for a second. I do have one thing. Keep those two hat of disguises and have him in his disguise and one of us looking like him for the initial trade-off. After our last trade-off with the fucking with Marcus and the fucking underside of the rock, I'm a little hesitant about these kind of meetups. So having a preliminary precaution, I feel like wouldn't be unwise.
Didn't
Well,
Want
I
to,
still look like his illusion when he first got on the train.
the people that are going to be picking up probably know what he is supposed to look like.
Right.
Mistaken, but
The illusion.
you
I
show
think they know
him.
what he actually looks like, probably.
Well, the good thing
And,
is Echo could appear as the illusion and then change to his real form if they are aware. So it wouldn't. I don't think that would be.
Echo just can't change his clothes at will. Is the only somewhat sticky point.
Didn't we
But I
say
will say
Sly
that-
was gonna be there?
Sly did not say he was going to be there. But when you guys get off the train, regardless of how you're camoed, several of you are not. Two Thrycreen and a very peculiar looking elf is always going to be pretty noticeable. And you are hailed almost immediately by what seems to be a traveling salesman. It's hard to tell. You are handed what look to be tickets for a theater in Starliskure, a very small theater, which of course, as you actually bring it to your eyes, when you focus your gaze on it, this is not actually a ticket. It is a very similarly glamored kind of credential card. Like you guys have those VIP vouchers that double as your credentials with the eyes. Something similar is handed to you under the guise of someone trying to sell tickets. Of course, that helps you guys almost immediately identify the eyes agent that is there. And you gather after a moment, once you lay eyes on him, you guys can see the couple of others that are illusioned into looking like passerbyers, and under the guise of discussing ticket prices, you are asked which one of them is who's the target. Where assuming you guys disguised him not to look like himself, you're going to be asked which one he is.
Is this a secure location for the trade?
You are on the platform outside the train.
I would like to be somewhere a little more discreet.
We don't have a terrible amount of time for that, friend. You understand that we have to get back on the train with him soon.
Are we gonna get back on the train or wait for the next one going the other way?
Y'all will be paid in a moment. Assuming y'all
train.
hand him off
We're
to
gonna-
these people.
Going where? I thought we were taking him here.
He has a little
He's
further
saying-
to go. We
were
can't.
just trading him off.
Yeah. Y'all were handing him off to the next people who are supposed to take care of him. He says, we can wait a day, if that is easier. If that is better. They do ask you for a sit rep. Does anyone know what that means?
No?
Yeah.
Sit
but
rep is like
Situational report.
yeah. Tell us what's happened, what you've seen, what's going on, who's still chasing him, etc., etc., etc.
I want to know.
Bring us
how
up
we-
to speed.
How we know these are the right people? I mean, I get it's very.
They
simple.
handed you a fake VIP voucher, or like
Yeah.
right now the idea is you guys are all kind of standing around this ticket salesman who's trying to peddle tickets to you guys.
But we do see some eyes signal on the card that tells us this is the right person.
Yes, that is a yes.
We're secure, Josh.
I'll catch him up to speed then. Explain to him that Vimak tried to take the target instead. We took Vimak.
Oh.
and
We need to. Yeah. Well, this theater is fantastic. I actually saw a play there where it was Murder on the Orient Express, and this guy broke into the train and nearly killed a bunch of people on board, but the passengers just kicked the fucking shit out of him and incapacitated him. Throw in a wardrobe. He bust out. That's irrelevant. Individual did get away, so he might still be a threat, but we think we've scared him off for the time being.
You were
But you
doing
should
really
be
good.
cautious.
I do imagine that's how the conversation goes. Not outright saying what happened, but like Demos just kind of portrayed. I saw this play about this. Yada. I do imagine that's how y'all are talking, almost like you're all speaking in thieves' cant, sort of.
There can't by other language.
Yes, I appreciate your. I was trying to think of a way to do that, could not.
Bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
If you guys are willing, you do point out. I'm going to assume you didn't put a hat on Aaron, unless you just want to give him a hat of disguise. But he is illusioned through some form of magic, and that you guys kind of point him out and hand him off. Speak now, or forever. It is quitting time, so speak now, or forever hold your peace. If you wanted to tell him anything, do anything, or say anything specific to the handlers you're passing off to. Okay, I didn't hear anything. Someone please add 8,000. Oh, excuse me, 10,000 gold pieces. We're gonna go ahead and add 10. I know I told you guys 8. Sly gives you guys extra.